'Cause it's me and the slasher flag. Yeah, it's me and the slasher flag. Yeah, it's me and the slasher flag. And I'm gonna be the final girl. Gonna be the final girl. Gonna be the final girl. Gonna be the final
We're never gonna hear that sound again. The one that was our best friend. The television died in our arms. The animation generation. No more Saturday morning cartoons. No more bunny rabbits. Dark and Looney Tunes.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We'll be starting here shortly. A little late, I was on the phone talking some fun stuff, but we'll be starting here pretty soon. We're gonna be doing a new review today. We got some Kickstarter stuff to look at, a little bit of news, and a whole lot more. Get yourself some coffee, something to drink, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes, creeps.
And the remote went with it. The television died in our arms. The animation generation. Saturday morning cartoons. No more bunny rabbits. Dark and Looney Tune. No more. We're a little too First comes horror, then comes blood, then comes fear, then comes pain, then comes fun. I think you know this ain't a game. It ain't a movie. It's the real thing. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Nessie, welcome. Hope your meetup's something fun. Hi, Kyle. Did you get your patch, Kyle? Please tell me you got your patch. I have to drive it out there myself, goddammit. Boba always counts. I like me a good boba. I've thought about learning to make my own. I heard it's not that hard.
We can try another life. You and I will try to climb out of this ditch. It will be okay.
All right, everybody, let's get the show on the road, shall we? Well, everybody, welcome to the new year. I think this is the first CT, right? This is the first CT live since 2026. I think the very first one. I saw that, Kyle. I responded to you there. I'm going to give it to the end of the week. If you don't get it, let me know. I'm going to have to do something different for it. The company, I have some here, right? So I have a company that sends them for me. I made a bunch of those, basically the 1 through 100. I sat down, I handmade all of the pieces, I printed everything, I gave it to them, and they're shipping them using stamps. I pre-bought the forever stamps, give it to them, and they ship it. They do a bunch of shipping locally for companies. And they use the same purchase order that when you buy something, if you, let's say you bought a hoodie and that at the same time, it uses that purchase order. The issue we've been having is sometimes we get them returned when they're a stamp because they try to act like it's not a postcard and it's the same exact size as a postcard. When they come in. Hold on here. For those who are wondering what we're talking about shipping fucking problems lately. And I only had problems with the patches shipping. Everything else has always been fine. But the patches have been a fucking nightmare. And I'm to the point now to where the patches are about to only be at conventions. So the way it works, this is the kit, right? For all that kind of stuff. The way it works is they get printed and put. Let me get one out. They get printed and they put in one of these. It's this big. It's this big. And then it gets stenciled with custom stencils that I've made. Right? You can see all the fucking paint on them. And they get paint markered and stenciled and put together that way. And then that's how you get them. And they come out. We grab a finalized one. Do I have one in here that's finished? They come out like this, right? And they have like a number on them here and all that kind of stuff, and they get shipped that way. So they have all of them, and I have spares here because I keep getting it to where when they are sent, nobody fucking gets them. Bye, Nessie! No one gets them. And this will be the 5th one. Like, I know Nessie's had a problem. Oops, blue dots going here. Nessie had a problem getting hers. Star Drew's didn't get to them, and that was a bunch of them, which really... So I'm really tempted to turn these into things that are only sold at conventions at this point. Because I'm getting pissed at the shipping companies. Actually, just UPS doing shit this way. It's getting fucking old. But anyway... Enough raging. How's everybody else doing? Anything new? How was your New Year's? Did you guys get anything fun? Do anything fun? Anything like that? Anything good for anybody? Yeah, it's not that hard, but I have like 5 places around me so I can go for a walk and get some. Oh, yeah, for boba? No, yeah, I heard it's not hard. I like boba. We have a mochi nut that opened up down the street. And I've only been once, but it's a really kind of just fun snack to do. Well, enjoy your meetup. Enjoy your meetup. We got a bunch of stuff to go over today. I have a whole bunch of things. I've been busy. I'm in my planner now. I'm in my new planner. Got my new one. I'm not even a one punch. a One Piece fan, but I like the movement behind it right now across the world. So I think that's pretty sweet. Same old boring days. So I've been doing this. You can see like all my crazy writing inside. The glow in the dark clips that I've gotten. That's good. I've really been digging this lately. It's got the Malort tag on it now. And then this is a guy who makes little trinket pieces, but it is the pumpkin. Let me put this in front of my face. It is the pumpkin from McDonald's. I have this on it, but this thing I use it more than my big one now. It holds all of my regular stationery that I'm doing and using right now. Glow stick in it, all that kind of stuff. I've really been digging this. I've really been digging these new Sharpie thin lines. If you haven't seen these, this stuff. Let me flip it. These, I love these. Really nice. They come in a group of colors. I've been using these a lot. I've been using, I got a fat Sharpie in here because you never know. And then the other thing I picked up, I don't know if I showcased this, is a washi tape holder. And I just ordered some white washi tape to put in here so that I can do some things with it. And then I love this bag because it has a divider pouch inside of it. And I've showcased this off before. And then this side unzips and it's a pen holder. So this has been like my go-to on my desk. It's a perfect footprint to just kind of sit while I'm doing stuff. Everything goes on it. I got my extra clips on it. So I've been kind of changing some of my process up this year. Every 6 months, I kind of add new things and take things out. I have a new something else, but I'm not going to showcase that today. I'm going to wait. But yeah, I've been busy. So I did Midwinter. Midwinter was a small con in Milwaukee. Well, in Pewaukee, technically. It was okay. It wasn't as busy as I would have liked it to have been. I set up to do 2 Breacher events. And both of them just kind of fizzled, man. Like I have no one sign up for the morning one, which I expected. That was a Thursday morning at a small local con. And then the Friday night one, I had 4 people signed up and then went down to 1. I felt really bad for that person. So that kind of sucked. But I did get to run our Black Ballad Second Chances, and that did really well. We had a full 6-person one for that. I'm really excited about that Kickstarter starting up. Rick and I have been working on a really fun, interactive media piece that we're doing for people. Because we work so many cons, there's things that we love to talk about when we're in conventions, and we want to involve other people in that. So I'm really excited to do that. We're doing our soft ad campaign. I'll show a little bit of that today. I can't show the Kickstarter page or the full PDF yet, but I will show some basic stuff for it, right? Other than that, I'm in layout for some new stuff. I have been using a new journaling thing for. I finally found my preferred 3 journal stuff that I'm using. But the most importantly, there is something I get to showcase today. Actually, I think I'm gonna bring this over top so I can show you all. We'll go over to the work page. I think I'm gonna start with this today. And you may have noticed the community post on YouTube. I'm trying to do more of those. Somebody asked me to do more. And I like them. I didn't know if they were valuable to my audience and people who consume the stuff that I do, if they like the community posts on YouTube. So I hadn't been doing them. I am now. So I promise you'll see some more of those coming around. But I finished the first print runs of the recipe cards. So let's check that out. I'm going to print my own stuff for a minute here, everybody. Let's check this out. Let me see if we can get this lined up. I'm really happy with how these turned out. They turned out really good. Oh, these are the cheap ass fucking not Sharpies. Highlighters I've been using. I need to zoom out a little bit here. All right, everybody. I'm really pretty excited about these. They printed so well. So, it's a little too much. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Move this over. So, we got them. I finished them. So these are the cards. Can I bring this over a little bit? I kind of want it like here. I just don't want it in frame on here, so you guys can see it. So these are the cards. I decided to make them to where you can tell that you can use this in any setting, right? Like you can use it in my setting of Breachers, or you can use this in traditional Shadow Dark. And they are front and back. This is the rule card that will come in it that explains how it works. It even gives you the Dungeon Chef breakdown of like their ability, so you can add it to just your game as a campaign or maybe as a game mode. Think about writing as a game mode. So this is the front and back. All those art pieces I've done, they're here. The fun little introductions on like how to make things. I don't know how much you're going to be able to pick this up in the print. I kept this small. It's literally like how to make it. It says preheat and prepare. Preheat your oven to hot. Lightly grease 4 individual containers with hand-churned butter. Soak crimson mold in butter and beat with a hammer. Mix dried goods with milk until smooth and whisk. Make a paste. Heat, stir, and make sauce until it simmers in the pan. Pull, salt, and pepper. Whisk mustard, plus dragon hot sauce if you want it spicy. Work in egg yolks one at a time. Set base aside. Beat egg whites until firm and glossy. Pull chilled grease pan, add souffle batter, and submerge crimson mold in the center. Smooth top. Wait 1 full torch time. Top with cheese and pull hot to serve. Now, I wanted these to have some flavor that are just fun. So, like, if you have a dungeon chef, they get to read it. But the game benefit is serves 5s, granting them advantage on initiative for the day. The game curses lips inside a mouth and sometimes your fingers grow a thin red mold-like fur. Doesn't hurt you, it's just a little side effect. Then on the back, these have the monsters. And they have the level here, 2+, they're neutral, and then this is the letter to organize them in, also on the front, right? And I went through and did them all. Right? Did them all. Really clean. I feel like they look really good, right? And then the Grixlin, my favorite. This is the new one. This one's got color on it because I wanted color. Fuck it. And then this one doesn't have a recipe. It has the living chain item and then a way to level up your Grixlin. And this is my ode to Grell. Love them. Gorgon Spawn. The Gorgon Spawn, this is a double-sided, right? And this is a 2-card monster. So this one, you got the spawn itself and its information on how it fights and what it does. This side has got ingredients that you can get from the Gorgon Spawn. And then it has the Everblade and Greatsword that you can get from them. And then there's the recipe card for them. So you have the recipe. Same thing with the game benefit and everything else. I think I'm going to shorten some of the verbiage on this in the final version. But they're definitely readable. Like if you're holding it like this, you can read them. And this is, again, just for flavor on this side. And then this side has a history part that you can show the players. So if you give them this recipe card for their collection to write down, it does that, right? You got the Tusker Wrap Travel Bites. This is one of my favorites. This is the Tusker Wrap. I noticed when I printed this one that I didn't move this over. So the new print, I moved that over. So that problem got fixed. And then this is the Tusker Monster. Those fucking multi-eyed, weird bestial running. Still got that grunge Xerox style to it. New stat block for it. And then, if they get that and they earn the recipe, this is put the player's name, so it could be like, Yule did without wisdom or restraint, consumed the forbidden monster sausage of smoked fate, and therein discovered the king's gift. The backside's blank like a postcard. I have 2 of them in this because I'm testing them, but I think the final version will have 1 that you can just photocopy. You also have the PDF version, but it's like a king's cake. So there's a random item in here that you can get. And actually, I did this wrong. Hold on here. Someone must have looked at these out of order. The Tusker should actually be back here. So like if you roll a 10, a bone ring with teeth marks, if worn, attracts small animals. That was what was inside the sausages. And this is a little double-sided D100 table, right? And then this is the cheese-stuffed smoked monster parts. Benefit this is makes 12 rations that when eaten provide advantage on force marched rolls. Game curse. The only curse is the desire to eat more than one. Will DC 12 or eat an extra ration. Because that's how jerky works. You always eat more than one. And then this has got the Minotaur, the four-armed Minotaur on the other side. Right? So I just found that this was really fun. I love this idea. And what I've never really shown, I don't know if I've talked about this in a while. The way I travel for games is I use these. I'll zoom out so you can see it. I use these old boxes, right? And you can see there's dividers in here. And I think I printed 6 of these and I sold 2 when I was at con. So you can see like they all turned out really good. Really fun. I did this because I thought it was fun to kind of make something different. I really like this idea of this being your monsters. I think it's a lot of fun. But inside, I have my new torchlight pieces. So when these light up, there's a little magnetic battery part on the bottom, and that's your bonfire. This is your actual torch. I'll just show you how these work. I don't think I showed these off on screen yet. I fucking love these. I used them during game. They're so fun. I don't know how easy it's going to be to replace the battery in them yet. I haven't. It looks like it's just a slip sleeve. But here, I'll show you. I love these. I think this stuff is fucking grand. Like, really do enjoy this. Oh, I just realized this isn't... why is this not pulling this up? There we go. So, you ready for this? So, you can see the little, almost like a paperclip. And then this is just a slip sleeve. And it's magnet. That's a magnet in the bottom here. And the way this works is this just kind of rests in there, right? And now you have this cool base so that when your miniature is sitting on it, you know who's carrying the torch. How fucking cool is that? Such a cheap, easy fix. And they kind of flicker a little bit. Like you can kind of, if I go like this, you can kind of see that they flicker. I love this. And then when you're done with it, you just pop this piece out and you're done. So I got 2 of those because I find that sometimes parties split and they light 2 torches. And I know they say in Shadow Dark when you light a torch, just reset the timer. Sometimes I start 2 timers if the party is split, or I will use the new timer in general, right? Just really clean, really simple style. I have a blue clip in here for the stuff that I do in this. I use these for hit point counters, the old tallies for like at doors, so that when I'm talking, if we're in a big boss fight, I can just put this on my hand and I will just count hit points. People know. I'm like, oh, how many? Oh, 2 more? You're like, what the fuck? And this is how I do my boss monsters, because the clicking, something about it really, it's like training a dog as shitty as that sounds. And they're really easy. I got a bag of them for like $10. You can get them on Amazon, right? And I just turn this back and you're good to go. And it's better than having to have paper the whole time. So I have that. And then this is the one I think is my favorite. You're right, Nick. It is King's Cake season. It is around the corner. Because people cast light all the time, I find in the game, that the people who make this also have a pulsing magical light one for your table. How cool. So I have this one as well. Big fan of this. Big fan of how they turned out. I think they made a really, really good product. You can see the second torch one that I have here as well. But it's fun. I find that they work great. I've had no problems with them. They look good on the table. And then the other things that I've been carrying in here is I have my new Breacher standees. Right? Have I not shown the Breacher standees off before? I can't remember. I may have shown these at one point, but they are, I'll take one out. I'll set the other one in here. So I just tape a band around them. I'm eventually going to print bands that have breachers on them. But I wanted something I can just set on the table. And it has your stats for your characters and stuff on the back of the card in case you have questions, you want to do stuff. But it has the difficulties, it has your hit points, it has your AC, it has your breacher die to roll, you know, that kind of thing. But breacher points, and then it tells you what you can use breacher points for here. And it has the general difficulty tasks in the game. I like to be able to use verbiage instead of target numbers until they hit them. So I'm like, it's going to be hard. Like 15, I'm like 15 to 18, somewhere in there. Yeah, so people know what they should be spending their points or not. I think it's great narrative to be able to do that. And it has their background, their breacher ability here, their languages, and at the bottom you can see it has their alignment and their title. But the way this works, they're simple. They're just little stands. So they can sit and everybody can see everybody's character at the table. And on the bottom it has this. So I did this for all the pre-gens that I have right now. I think I'm short 2. I think I got to do Yule and Sofix in here. I think that's the 2 I got to do. They all print on a 11 by 17 sheet. So they're very easy for me to kind of print and have. But you can see I got the Golem, the Gargoyle, the Cyclopean, the Elf, and the Dungeon Chef. And they're just all the art. So that's the other thing I have for when I'm at the games. I still carry these around in my box, which is these. I've had these for it. I've probably had these since Todd and I started gaming together. It's been a long time. They are from Alea Tools. I don't even know if Alea Tools is around anymore. And I'm missing... Am I missing the yellow? No, here's the yellow. So they are height modifiers and token modifiers put underneath. There's this little tiny magnetic piece. I've never fucking used that magnetic piece to be 100%. And they're just plastic pieces. And I use these for height train and modifiers and stuff like that. The last couple things I always have a bag of just those glass beads because they're good for marking stuff. I have a second one of these in here in case I have more than one monster. You can see the 23 hit points on that. My favorite thing to have magical items out on are these brown sample cards on a ring, and I just fill them out and I hand them out that way so people can see them. I can draw on them, do little things. I'm a big fan of these. These are cheap. They're on a ring. They're great. Easy to hand stuff out on. I treat them like note cards almost. Obviously I have note cards in here as well. But my big weapon lately for running in-person games, and I mean big, has been using Necromolds spell books to make my monsters on the table. Right? Because I bring 2 colors. I got a red and a blue. And I can use these for all the monsters at the table. I can remold things on them. I can do fun things with them. This has been like my secret weapon. And I think because of how much I've enjoyed this, I think my minis for the game sessions, I'm going to paint to kind of match them. I'm just going to do solid colors like the old Hero Quest, but shade them. So that's my Breacher kit. Now, here's the best part that I can show that now that I have this. So you see all this stuff in here, right? So let me put everything back in here. You got your little pieces that fold. Everything's in place. Everything's good. Put this back. These just sitting here. I think I'm going to put these into like their own little bag here eventually. I haven't done that yet. I just haven't decided how I want to sort them. Now, this is a standee. So it just stands, right? So with your game, you can have this. On the back, it's got the Everpeak stuff. Okay. This goes here. This just sits here. Right? And then right here, I have a front and back laminated copy of some stuff. I have a map that I can put on the table for the players. Right? A laminated version as well. So one for me, one for the wall. I have a stack of extra character sheets. Cover, just so it's there. another map in case I got to pass around the table, and then I have all of the character art, and then on the back I have the character sheet in there, and the character sheet has the information on it. Right? Super clean. And then these are the ones extras that I have, and that's all this. So now watch. All this, because these lids are raised, I stick this in here like this. I'm not even fucking kidding. And I just close it. And I think I'm gonna make a strap that goes around it. And then now I have everything together in one kit that I can throw in a bag or carry. And besides a book, that's all I need. What's up, Star Drew? Welcome. And King's Cake is coming, yeah. So that's kind of what I've been doing for my Breacher stuff. And I keep making it a little bit better every time. Because when I write out adventures, my adventures, when I'm designing them, like doing my hand-drawn maps and stuff, they all go in this. Right? And this thing's big. Like, comparatively, that's a Traveler's Notebook. Like, Traveler's Notebook, look how much more is above that. And so this is what I've been using to design, like, the Anvil Run. The Anvil Run's 2 pages. But I'll take this to layout. And then this is Dirty Deeds. I've ran it a few times, so I just have a running note of what I use. You can see the map for Dirty Deeds. And that's kind of how I've been deving out my adventures in this big one, because so that's my hand, to give you an idea of how big these are. But I really enjoy having this to do a map 2-page spread and dev it out, and then when I go to do layouts to do finals, I have a really good hand-drawn version. And I have been using their smaller notebooks as well. This is not a Moleskine. This is the same group. This is the Lecturum 1917. And I do the same thing. Like, you can see I'm working on character sheets ideas for Breachers. I had an idea for character sheets, so I just started sketching. How do I fit this all? How to make it feel like something? So I've been using this, and then you can see our Breacher notes are in here for the living wall. Including like my original version of the Nettle drawing. So, that's been like my December into today, what I've been doing. Let me move this out of the way here. We don't need that anymore. I just wanted to show some stuff off so you guys could see kind of what's been going on behind the scene. But today, we got some special stuff. So, I've been doing a lot of studying for solo adventure. And I've been doing it because, one, it's extremely popular right now. I've been trying to figure out why. I like solo adventuring to learn systems. Sly Flourish says the same thing. He does solo adventuring to learn a system before he runs it for other people. And I've been doing that most of my life and not realizing that's what I was doing. Right? Like, it's just part of the process. So we're going to be going over a new solo adventure I've never heard of. And it's a system as well. I haven't done anything but look at the cover. It's called 4 Against Darkness. This is the expanded edition. It's got some high marks. We're going to take a look at that. And then I have 2 Kickstarters we're going to be looking at. One ends in 5 days. If you live in Philly and you're going to the Page Expo, I know that Order the Amber Die is going to be running this. This Kickstarter is also made by, I believe, the same gentleman who runs Page. So we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to show you the precursor for Black Ballad's Second Darkness that you can go and put a reminder up. We're trying to grow that page for Black Ballad as we roll into the next, month ramp up to the Kickstarter. So pretty excited for all that. So let's take a look at this Kickstarter. I kind of wanted to showcase this. I don't think I'm going to record this separately. I just wanted to show what it is. We're going to pause the music here. We're going to pull this up and take a look. Bats, are you working? Good bats. So, I already watched the video. This is really short. It's an adventure. This is called Tomb of the Ancient Moor King. For those who don't know, I love using Moors. So, I'm going to refresh this so you can see the video for it. I was surprised I didn't time the ticks to that. Also weird this is vertical. Like really weird is vertical. So this is an OSR game. And it's got a really old style to it. Like looks like the old modules back in the day. Tomb of the Ancient Moor King. So this is going to be ran at the Page Aerial Expo. There's 5 days left. I'm interested because I love some mega dungeons. I have not played this. Castles and Crusades is the $12,000 stretch goal. They are currently at 13. And the fact that this is Castles and Crusades, I can mention something else. Trollord Games, I talked to them in the background. They're going to be sending me a bunch of Castles and Crusades stuff to look up and look at. And I love Castles and Crusades. I played a lot of the old edition, but the new edition's now out, and I haven't looked at it yet. They have a box set, a players, a monster and treasures, and a keeper's guide, which is like their GMs. So we're going to be looking at that probably starting next week. We'll start looking over Castles and Crusades. This just ironically happens to be in line. I learned about this talking to Adam from Order of the Amber Die today. So pretty excited for that kind of like, ooh, what are we getting into? What is this? And so on. So take a look at that when you get a chance. I'll put a link in the description down below. I'll also throw one in chat here for those who are interested in a new module. The stretch goals and stuff for this, they're hitting 5 days left. I think at 15,000, they're doing Shadow Dark, which I think what most of us would want, at least on my channel, be interested in that. At 20,000, they're unlocking Pathfinder. So 15's Castles, 20 is Pathfinder, and then Shadow Dark is going to be the other one that it gets released for. 2 gentlemen involved in it. I love the Post-it notes. That's adorable. The Post-it notes over it like you're running at home. The old blue style for it's cool. New dungeon tiles. They're doing minis. Pretty good. $10 a digital bundle. That's super cheap. They're delivering it in March this year, so they're almost done with it. I mean, it's getting, like I said, getting ran at Page, so at least know it's completed, right? Like it's not going to be a long time. Isometric 2 map bundle, interested in that. Illustrated book bundle 62. 28 millimeter scale tome map bundle 89. Pre-generated characters 28 millimeters 149. That obviously comes with all the characters as well. So super clean, super cheap. It's for you can get the PDFs for $10. So if you're looking for a mega dungeon, pretty awesome. It is currently OSR. But it looks like they're doing some other conversions. Honestly, if you've ever ran an OSR game, you can convert most things. With that said, the only other Kickstarter that I'm going to talk about is one that I'm involved with. So back in, what was it? I think it was this time last year, Rick from Storyteller Forge came to me and said, hey, what is the chance the Black Ballad could be made for Shadow Dark? You talk about it all the time. Do you think you could convert it? And I was like, oh man, 20th level? Are you fucking kidding me? And I thought about it more and I was like, actually, really every level is like 2. Yeah, I think this is doable. And I spent months. And what ended up being like, was supposed to be like a 10 to 20 page zine is now 72. It's a bunch of new monsters and everything else under the sun. We have the pre-launch for the Kickstarter page ready to go. We're launching March 17th. I'm also now brought back on to help run the Kickstarter, which I'm excited for. I love doing these. I like being a part of like startups, and Kickstarters remind me of startups. So, check this out. This is our Black Ballad Kickstarter for anyone who's in the chat that wants to click, give it a follow so you can be updated when we go live. There's no video up on here. We didn't want to share the video yet. But check out the animated covers. Fuck, I didn't make this, but I'm way on board for it. So it's Shadow Dark plus the Black Ballad, a second chance adventure. The concept behind this is really simple. You die a lot in OSR and in Shadow Dark specifically. You die a lot in this game. There's a good chance you're not going to make it out. It's part of the enjoyment of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the enjoyment. Because of that, This takes place in Purgatory. And you guys already know how much I'm about Purgatory and everything else because of Athantia. Like, I studied the idea of death in Purgatory and how cultures and people and mythos around it have handled it throughout the course of human history. Our tagline is, you died, now what? Die and let the games begin. After death, for any reason, your party will journey through the storm of broken worlds and engage in a discourse with death itself in an attempt to earn a second chance in the land of the living. Failure spells oblivion or the chance to enter the setting of the Sunless Crossing and begin the main storyline of the Black Ballad. So this allows you to do that. I know there's more stuff in store. I can't say much about it yet. Designed to be fully replayable every time your adventurers die, and this is true. I ran it in Midwest, and I can 100% see this being different every fucking time you run it, which is really, really an amazing feat from Rick's design aspect, because he had to learn the Black Ballad and put all this together. Hold on a minute. My dog is barking like crazy because there's a car outside. So you'll be able to go through this and really kind of do this over and over again. You got 2 ancestries, 2 new player classes, 20 new spells, over 20 armaments and gear. Armaments is what Black Ballad calls it because it's a lot of different things. It's not just weapons and gear. It's a little bit of everything. 2 new modes of play and 17 new monsters and NPCs. Really happy with how it turned out. We're launching March 17th. It also includes the Black Ballad Second Chances book, a soundtrack by Diamorte. They also worked on League of Legends music. 2 Crossway coins for Purgatory, setting narration, and a second chance at your adventure. And then the cover of the book is the lovely skeleton Johann from the Black Ballad. Big fan. This guy's going to be the mascot, man. This is how it's going. And you can see the afterlife and metal music is together, so it's got that heavy metal style that I like. Is there a Limbo figure or a Grim Reaper? Yeah, there sure is. He's right there. He's right there. And when I went to con, I knew I was going to run it. So is it in here? I've been doing all the media and press kit for it. Hold on here. I can open up my travel box, my box for work. And get out my folder. Whoops, as I drop to the ground and break everything. Yeah. But yes, he's kind of your guy. He's like the ferryman. That's how I would explain it. But in this, one of these little accordion ones, I went and made 2-page spreads and printed them so I could run the game. And I printed the entire adventure out. It's not a lot to be able to run the adventure. It's very easy, but it is very repeatable. So this here, it's 72 pages. It's a primary, a splat, and a splat or a supplemental book is how I would say. It's made for GMs and players, and this is what the inside looks like. The art and stuff. I'm really happy with how this turned out. The team seriously crushed this concept, and the art is right up my alley. It's got a real kind of gothic feel to it. The game modes are pieces that I pulled from the 5e version. I gutted a class and concepts of the Black Ballad and made them into 2 game modes called Conviction and Sovereign. They're 2 game modes. And I'm not going to share any of that stuff yet because that's all part of the Kickstarter, but I play tested this. It went great. I'm probably going to run my cast through it one day. I have an idea for when this happens, what I'm going to do. And I kind of want to run this as one of our live streams at some point. I've developed an overlay kit for it for people who want to stream it. So all the AWs out there and the other people who are streaming, there's a full overlay kit that will be available as well. I, as someone who does content creation, love that stuff. The media kit is got images, it has spreads, it has pack turnarounds, the whole 9 yards. So I'm super happy about this. Click saved if you haven't done it yet. We started at 99, I think, or we are like 96 at Midwinter. We're already at 306 followers. That makes me really happy. We're trying to hit that 1,000 mark. That'll make it comfortable. The thing I can tell you about this is the best part. The PDF is 95% done. It is currently in hyperlink mode. Some final edits for continuity on just to make running that thing over and over again. We are getting our print proofs right now. And you'll get this about 30 days after the Kickstarter ends. Just once Kickstarter and backer kit stuff clears, you get the PDF. That's how far along this product is. Because I talked to Rick, and Rick and I agreed there's no reason to rush this. We could have put this out last year. But why do that when we could get it all done, get the layout done, get everything looking good, and then go to Kickstarter with it? And that's what we're looking to do. This is just to get the print right. And the place we're getting it printed through is the same group that prints Shadow Dark. So the quality level is there. So I'm really excited for that. Nick, I hope you heard that. So we're getting our print stuff through the same group. What's up, Cypher? How are you? Talking about the Black Ballad coming here soon. Link in chat for anyone who wants to click that. So, super fun. I wanted to at least share what we're doing with that. There's a couple other things. News-wise, what did I want to talk about? I probably want to talk about Bag of Holding, the Halls of Arden. That's probably the biggest thing I want to talk about. It's a pretty good collection for Halls of Arden. It is the game, the VTT maps, and some other stuff for it. It's pretty... Look, it's pricey. And I want to know why. If anyone knows anything about the Hall of Arden Vol super thing. Thank you, dude. I'm super stoked for it. I'm really stoked for it. Like, I can't wait until this Kickstarter goes out and I can start doing more. We did like 2 hours of recording yesterday in studio. We're treating all of our ad stuff like a podcast where we're going to talk about it and showcase things instead of making like just real crummy ads. It's us having a conversation, and there's going to be a whole journey up into it where people want to know more about what we're doing or why. You'll be able to see all that. I can't wait. But anyway, Halls of Arden. Does anyone know anything about this? The Halls of Arden Vool. I don't. I've never heard of it until I saw this in the collection. So, right now, from July 2022, an incomparable old school FRPG mega dungeon. The Halls of Arden Vool. The complete dungeon plus maps for an unbeatable bargain price of $24.95. The Halls of Arden Vool, VTT maps, and everything. And it says, looking for other offers, the Burning Wheel. Here, I'm going to blow this up. The Burning Wheel, Dread something or another. This font's hard to read. Echohorn, Morkborg, Champion 6E, Strike Force, Painted Wastelands are all involved. 3D6 DTL. What's DTL? I don't know what that is. Running a live play of it for a year now. So is it any good? It's the most popular mega dungeon. Well, I missed it. I didn't know. This cost seems really good. I'm very interested in taking a look at it. I want to see the layout. That's what I'm really interested in seeing. But the retail price is $109. You can get it for $24.95. DRM free PDF ebooks of all of it. That's pretty good. And then they have this. I believe this is if you were to buy the physical copies. It's 1,120 pages. It's pretty cool. I like the details pop up. I'm a big fan of that. Oh, okay. It's basically a home game aired. Gotcha. I'm interested in this. Nick, have you had a chance to look at this yet? Have you read through the adventure? What do you think about it as a whole? What do you, I mean, do you think it's pretty quality? Like, what do you think? I was texting somebody back. I think it looks good. Is it worth that price? Like, I know what they say the actual price is, but is it worth $24.95? You got 28 days to do this. You don't do mega dungeons? Really? But you write them? Some of your stuff is basically the beginning of a mega dungeon. What is it you don't like about a mega dungeon? Do you not like the lack of ecology? Like, I like mega dungeons where it's like a war, there's cities, you're going back and forth between them. I love that stuff. I really enjoy that stuff. Yeah, because something's priced at $100 doesn't mean that the value is actually $100, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm interested. I might pick it up. We'll see. It was worth the original price? Okay, good. Good. I like the concept. So, I mean, I'm interested in this. This might happen. This is something I might do. It's pretty cool. Like, it has... How would I explain this? It has a Mega Dungeon feel. I just want to know if it... I just want to know if it has... I think the VTT maps alone would be worth it. Mega Dungeon, there's like thousands of the keyed rooms. Yeah, but you don't have to use all the rooms. There's some cool stuff with, I think, Mega Dungeons that can be done. Have you ever seen a Mega Dungeon that you like? I guess that's probably a better question. I know of some Mega Dungeons that I really enjoy. That I think are really solid. But I'm interested in this. I might pick this up. I'm going to slide this over to my other monitor and remind myself later to pick it up. Now, all of that said, everyone, let's get into the meat of the show. I was looking around for something new to review. I wanted a new product to review. I was still in conversations with Troll Lords for doing a little bit of a review of the main products for Castles Crusades, the new edition. So I was looking around trying to find something. I've been doing a lot of study for solo-based games just to see what else is out there. I like Solo Dark. I really like things from the Mythic engine for like a Mythic GM emulator one. But there's a lot of stuff in that it's too much. And I want to be able to make... I wanted to be able to review or look at something today. So I found something. I've never heard of it. I don't know if any of you have, so we'll take a look. Let me go through, before we start, though, I'll go through chat a little bit. Definitely worth the price. Mega Dungeons are just hard sells. Yeah, but like Mega Dungeons, I believe in drop in, drop out. They work great for drop in, drop out play. I was trying to find my sample piece. So Lou Agresta and Rome Barton made a Mega Dungeon with gaming paper. I was trying to find it over here. And it had a bunch of individual sheet maps you stuck down, and you would build the Mega Dungeon out, full tactical dungeon. It's called the Citadel of Pain. I've probably talked about it in the past before. And I feel like that one was cool because you can drop people in, drop people out. And I've ran it that way numerous times where I just set it down, I pull out a page, I lay it down, and I run part of the Mega Dungeon. And it's been a lot of fun to run it that way. Like, here's where you are, and here's what's going on. And we had a drop in, drop out at, I think it was midwinter last year, where people could sit down and play D&D. And I had to run something for it. Yeah, and I ran Citadel of Pain, and I was setting everything down. And I do agree that you don't find them easy to run. I think a lot of people, they are not easy to run. I think that the page numbers at the bottom of a page should be keyed to the rooms you were in. Like, that's the thing that I kind of felt was awesome. Like, I thought you could just, you set down a page, and if it matches the book page number, it works well. We saw this in when they did, do I have it up there? I don't. I don't know where I put it at. When they redid the box set for Cypher System for Numenera, it's down over there. Cypher might know this. Yeah, he just talked up. You played Hero Quest last night. It's about 15 years since I played that game. Awesome. So when they did Cypher Systems Numenera over, anyway, they had it where they split the book into 3 and they keyed the pages to the main book. And I think if you did a map book and then you did keyed pages to those areas in the dungeon, it'd be a lot easier to run it. You know what I mean? I think it'd be a lot easier to run that kind of stuff. Hey, welcome. So, anyway, enough about Mega Dungeons. I have some ideas for Mega Dungeons. I've really been wanting to write one that is drop in, drop out, and has something. And really, inside the wall of Breachers kind of has that style. So, let's see what's going on. So this new one coming out is a solo RPG to co-op version of it. And I'm interested to see what you guys all think about this. We'll do the 10 to 15 minute recording after we've looked through it. It's a beefy book. I don't know how much we're going to get through it today. I'm going to try to kind of nail it all down. But you never know. The memory usage on this one's, wow, this is big. So it's 4 Against the Dark. I'm going to put an affiliate link in chat right now. It is its own system, right? It's its own system. That's an affiliate link if you're interested in picking up. It's only like $10. And here's what we're looking. So, this is pretty fucking cool. I'm pretty happy with what I saw when I was reading over this. This is the revised version of the actual game. 4 Against Darkness Expanded. It's a solo fantasy RPG game. I love this really bold lithograph art style. It looks like wood block. Full table of contents. You can see this is a beefy game. Talking 206 pages for this for $10. I had never seen it before. I never heard about it before. I was simply scrolling through drive-thru-RPG. I was like, oh, this looks really fucking cool. And I like learning and taking things apart. So if it's a $10 PDF, there's a ton of supplements for it. The book was right here. The original 4 Against Darkness was a booklet written in a weekend. Since then, the game has grown far beyond its simplistic dungeon crawling roots with a wide range of modular supplements that can be used or ignored as you see fit without altering the rules. Depending on how much complexity you want, you'll find a bit of everything. Card-based adventures, random dungeons, poster dungeons, game book style quests, fiction and playable appendices, oracle decks, ready-to-play maps, monster books, serialized encyclopedia monsters, and more. Some materials are family-friendly, others explore mature themes from horror to humor. They're recommended for adult audience. With so much available, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Our advice, start small with just this core book and add supplements as you like, one at a time. You don't need to buy everything. All the essential ingredients are pencil, paper, dice, and your imagination. Really cool. We're going to go through the actual book. I just wanted to show they even gave you a really good preview. I love the old school art style. I think a lot of people are falling back on wanting these old art styles again. There's just some love behind them. This looks like old watercolor paper. Really like this. Really cool art. I love the frame. Hold on, I like almost everything about this. So, this came out in, oh God, when did this get released? This year. Or wow, in the last month. 12/24/25 it came out. It's already got 5-star reviews. People have given it really good ideas of what it is. So I'm interested in this. It's already a gold bestseller. So, I bought it. I used some of the sales from some of the Breacher book to pick this up and review it. I like to spread that kind of back around to people. So today, we're going to take a look at it. This is 4 Against Darkness. I like the art. It's got some retro. Like Cypher said earlier, it almost has a little Hero Questy vibe. Like he's talking about Hero Quest. It's got a little Hero Questy vibe to it. I love eyes and skulls. You can see, it's a little mirrored here, but they're even different. There's animals and creatures and daggers and just everything here. A beholder-headed monster, all colored frogs, toads, everything. I actually really like this kind of set piece. They have a fun black and white version of it as well. Written and illustrated by Andrea, is it Sfilgoi? Sfiligoi. Filigoi? I think I'm doing that right. Additional materials by a bunch of other people that are involved in this. I'll have to learn how to pronounce his name. Hyperlinked! It's hyperlinked! And Sterling's hyperlinks are working again! Yes, I'm so fucking excited about this. Why am I excited that my PDF viewers hyperlinks work? That should have been something that was just fucking in Sterling when I was having all those problems. Like, there should not have been a question of, did hyperlinks work? Fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. So, I'm excited to see this. What is 4AD? I've never heard of this before. That's a very good question. Very good question. So we're going to go through this. I don't know how much of this we're going to hit up, but I'm interested in just kind of going through everything here. What it's about, what the system is. God, this litho style is really cool. I'm assuming this is A5. Let's get our highlighter out. Let's do the thing that we always do. We can draw on it? Do we want to draw? Or do I want to highlight? I think I kind of want to highlight. I think I want to highlight. Where's my highlighters? And that's a drawn color. Bitch. Do I have to be in tools? They changed this layout again. Huh. Oh. I don't want that. That's the pages. That's the bookmarks. That's the visibility of annotations. I want to be able to do annotations on it. You can toggle. Maybe if I click this, it pulls up more. Walking the dog. Yeah, I can draw, but I don't want to draw. I want... Where's my highlighter? Bitch. Did you take my highlighter away? Hold on here. It's got to be over here. Why can't they just leave well enough alone, man? Highlight. Well, I see remove. Maybe it's under annotate. I see remove, annotate, automated folder, add text, detect and split, scan photos. I see automate, files. I'm going to discard and leave. We go back to tools. Add attachments, PDF, booklet, extract them. Come on, guys. Maybe this tool does it when you go to highlight over something. I didn't try it. Maybe... No, it just draws lines. Do I do this? That's not it either. This is a search feature. What the fuck? Where the fuck did you put this at, guys? This isn't rocket science. Add text. Annotate. Do you want to leave? Discard and leave. Boom. Boom. Let's open a viewer. Can I annotate it now? I only see this as an option. I see create new annotation. Oh, that's automations. No, I don't want that. I want annotations, not automations. I'm curious what the automation is. There's no... I don't see a fucking option for this anymore. How did you guys not keep the most basic fucking commenting fucking feature that you use? I can see redacted. You can redact stuff. All right, well, fuck this. I'll just use... I guess I'm going to do reader, and I'll just use this for now. It is what it is. We'll use a color that is easily recognizable on this, and I will just do this kind of stuff and highlight it, because fucking great. Let's go through this. Highlighter tools under utterly a disarray. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. I don't know why it's gone. Fucking stupid, man. So, could have just fucking printed this. 4 Against the Darkness, which is 4AD. Great name, by the way. I like that abbreviation. 4 Against Darkness, 4AD. That's awesome. It's an old school dungeon exploration adventure game designed for solo or cooperative play. Ooh, that makes me happy that it's one or the other. Right? That it does both. That's really cool. I dig that a lot. So what, now I click that and I can't get away from it? Is that how that's going to work? I can't fucking highlight this? You're pissing me off here, Sterling. You're pissing me off. You're making me angry. With minimal space and equipment. All you need is a pencil, 2 6-sided dice. Okay, let's grab, well, we got 2 6-sided dice in the audience. I'm going to grab my 2 fruit dice. So I got 2 6-sided dice here. And then, how does this work? I'll use that 2 6-sided dice, a full polyhedral set at higher levels. Oh, weird. It goes from 2d6 to larger? That's cool. And graph paper, though a dry erase board or dungeon tiles work just as well. It's a player-facing game. Only the heroes roll dice. All actions are described from their perspective. When you attack, you roll to hit your foe. When a foe attacks you, you roll to defend. So Cypher system level where everything is on the player or us as we're looking at this. You control a party of 4 adventurers. So technically that's how Shadow Dark's supposed to work as well. This game is typically played solo, but it supports cooperative play, shared characters, and traditional GM-led sessions. Player may take turns as the GM, creating narrative elements on the fly, or use random tables in the Oracle system to guide the adventure. So we're going to have to find wherever that is. Right? We'll have to find out where this is at. Cool. There's a ton of supplements. We already know that. Why 4? This is probably an important piece. Sterling is a new PDF reader. As I'm trying to move away from Adobe, Todd, welcome also. Haven't seen you in ages, bud. As I'm trying to move away from Adobe into Affinity, I've been trying to find a replacement for Acrobat. That has been the most difficult thing. One that handles good editing review, lets you see multiple PDFs at once, and also lets you highlight and stuff. And Sterling has just been going through numerous changes, and right now they don't have a highlight feature all of a sudden. I don't know what happened, so I'm gonna have to go back in and ask. They didn't have hyperlinks for a while, so they're kind of redoing things. But not having highlighting or annotations in the tool section is really weird. Really, really weird. Like, there's redacted. Like, I can save and leave and do redacted. You've been hibernating? Well, I hope everything's okay. Like, you do box colors, but you can't highlight it. I mean, it's just weird. I've been trying to learn this one because they just changed it again. Just discard and leave. But you can see over here, there's like scans, convert, close-ups, compress, compare. Yeah, it's weird. And they just updated. And I like the new update. It runs really smooth. This is the browser-based version, but there's also a downloadable-based version. And I've talked to them in their Discord. They're very nice. They're really good at like helping you get through. You know, oh, this is a problem. Hey, this is getting added in this patch. Really cool people about it. Really cool. But a lot of like Fortune 500 and Fortune 100s have been using this lately. So they should have everything that is available, but there's nothing. But they have like edit table of contents. They have a good read mode, which it says view and annotate PDFs, highlight text, and draw. But I'm in that. I'm in annotations, right? And I see color. I see bookmarks, I see sidebars, rotate, all of this shit. But there's no... Like, this is toggle annotation of visibility. But there's no annotations, there's just drawing. But I'll fuck with this more after the fact. Streaming's been great. Super fucking busy. It's been a good streaming and content stuff's been a lot of fun. A lot of solo stuff during the days I've been doing. Tomorrow we got some stuff. Breachers tonight, Breachers tomorrow. It's been busy. I just printed, you missed me showing off I've been doing a lot of art lately, actually. I'm doing a lot of Tom Knopfsinger mixed media. Like National Geographic mixed with like monsters and shit to make all my monsters for breachers. But like mixed media, like photography from sausages on a rope turned into art, and then my four-armed minotaur, which is a model with a mask that I used to make the head and did Xerox art for them all. Super fun. I've really enjoyed making this stuff. My Crimson Mold, which is based on a National Geographic art from an actual mold in real life. So, been doing a lot of like found media, mixed media stuff lately, which I've thought's been super fun. Put that back in there. So anyway. Length of game. Why 4? Each hero is represented archetypes, such as a rogue, a cleric, a warrior, wizard, barbarian, and ranger. Okay, so we got a little bit of hero questy feel here, which I love. Funny that Cypher System mentioned Hero Quest. I actually played Hero Quest at Midwinter. And it's been a long time. I played the new version. It was a lot of fun. Leaves a room for occasional NPC, like hirelings, journaling, joining the party, and whatnot. Length of game. Your first mission may take a little over an hour as you learn the rules. Once you're familiar with the mechanics, typical session takes 45 minutes. Ooh! Macaroni art? I don't know, man. I bet you I can. That's kind of cool. I wonder if I hold shift. Ah, damn. I was hoping shift would let me make really straight lines. The fact that I can't highlight text is weird. I don't understand. I understand that. I do love the drop down so you can switch between them, which is cool. Foes never roll dice. We talked about that already. Dice codes. Okay, here we go. Base dice codes D3, D6 half. We all know that. D6 is 1D6. D6 plus 1. We know how that works. 2D6. D66. I love D66 tables. These are fucking great. Mork Borg really turned me on to those. Like, I really, really enjoy them. Surprisingly more than I thought I would. Higher levels, 4D uses additional polyhedral dice. D8, 10, 12, 20, and 100. Cool. Abbreviations, I would have bolded these personally. A4 uses the file. I'm going to blow this up a little bit more for you guys so you can see it as well. Mixed media's been fun. I've been doing light bleeds too using the scanner just for the fuck of it. I wanted grunge, man. We live in an era where I feel like it's fucked the system a little bit right now. I was like, I want to lean into that. So 4AD uses the following terms of abbreviations: PC, player character, non-player character, level, save, ability. I'm seeing if there's anything new. Plus L, add the PC's level to the roll. Okay. Plus 1/2, half the PC's level. Okay. Plus X, 2XL, add twice the PC's level. Reroll. GP, 3, 4, 5. Title, life points. So that's their hit points, it sounds like. Tier, general group of PC levels. Life points. HCL, high character level, L1, L2, L3. And then the play sheet using the following icons. Got a little bit of like I like iconic representation. So attack is cross, shield is a shield, life is a heart, clues is an eye, trait is a person, I guess. Milestone is a tombstone, and magic is the fucking star. Danger scales with party. So danger scales with party strength. The more powerful the heroes face, tougher challenges. 4AD uses a formula called HCL, highest character level. Level of foe or hazard is calculated by adding a modifier to L of the highest roll. For example, orcs are HL plus 2. If your highest level PC is level 3, the orcs are 5. Oh. That is elegant. That is very elegant. I actually like that. So examples. A common goblin may have a L6, no matter how powerful the party is. It's just a poor goblin, and that's all it could do. So it has like a static difficulty. HCL is set with a foe or danger is first used and does not change if the party leaves or returns, even if a character levels have changed. Example, party's highest hero level is a level 3 warrior, The encounter is HCL plus 3, so that would be a 6. All right, cool. I like that. Oh, dude, this is some old like He-Man, Hanna-Barbera art. Little reminiscent of us when we were looking through Vagabond, actually. That's some Conan He-Man if I've ever fucking seen it before. You know what I'm saying? That is straight up Conan He-Man. Some old pencil brushing. Like, I can tell this is digital work, but like you can tell they're doing like smudge work and stuff like that. Pretty cool. We have all the formulas. So tier 1 through 5, similar to Cypher System then, because they're 1 through 6, I think, if memory serves. And that means it's basic, expert, heroic, legendary, and epic. Cool. And you've seen even in things like Daggerheart that they are tiering out the successes. I think there was a lot of 4E, D&D 4E, pissed a lot of the people off. But as time has passed, we've seen a lot of mechanical sense come from 4E that is bleeding back into current modern day design. I believe that comes from the idea of video game designers and people who play video games learning the designs of video games and bleeding that back into TTRPG design. And we're seeing it as we see little pieces of 4E show up and disappear. 13th Age is something I want to look at here coming up. And that has 4E heart, but it's narrative strong. And I'm curious to see how that turns out. Unlike Draw Steel, which I just can't. It's not working for me. But I want it to, because I love the company. I like MCDM so much. But anyway, I vowed that I would try running it this year at some point. You heard me, Nick. I know you're walking your dog, screaming into the wind, but I vowed I will run it sometime this year. Explosion rule. An explosion rule is an extraordinary success on a die, commonly called a critical success. At a basic tier, whenever you roll a 6 for any character action, attack, defense, save, spellcasting, immediately roll another d6 and add the total. I love exploding dice. It's one of my favorite things in Cyberpunk. Ooh. This is retro feeling. Even the depth, like you can tell this person's just making some art. Which I appreciate. So the party. You control a party of 4 adventurers. Each belongs to one of the classes described in the next pages. Wizards are weak in combat, but excel at casting. We know that. Well-balanced party is usually a mix of classes. I love that they're kind of teaching you that. Print a party sheet at the end of this book. Let's hold on here. We're going to do something. This is their party sheet, right? Can I print this? I want to print custom on here. I just want to print this page and see what it does. I've never printed from this app, so it's a good learning experience. No, you can't do it? Okay. So that means I'm going to have to do it outside of here I'll have to go find the character sheet and download it. Which I'll do here as we're looking through this stuff. And we can just skip through it. I find the best way to make a game is to do it with what they have. So we're going to do 4 Against Darkness character sheet. I'm hoping there's a form fill. You know what I mean? Oh, I found one. I gotta sign in? I want to sign into this. Oh, there's a companion app. Oh, look at this, everybody. Look at this companion app. I mean, it's really basic, but it's kind of cool. Huh. I don't know that existed. I just want to form fill. Wow, they actually don't have a form fill sheet. That's so odd to me. Well, so Drive-Thru RPG has someone did an artistic version of it. What is this? Sure, I'll give you $1 for it, man. Let's check out here. Let me come off this page so you can't see my information. I just want to have one so that we can look at what it is. You know what I mean? I want to be able to go over it as we're playing through. Because I think making characters is the best way when I'm doing these to learn the system. So when I do my recap at the end, it makes sense. But I'll pay $1 for it. I don't give a shit. Is it form fill? I hope it's form fill. Someone said I've spent over $1,000 on this game, and I love every book except the white label books, despite being kicked out of the Facebook group for saying how upset the content of the white label books made me. I still support the creator and buy every new book. Maybe one day they will let me back into the group. Oh, that's fucking sad, Scott. I don't know why you did this on somebody else's shit, because whatever. Oh, people be wilding, dude. I don't understand posting Yelp style comments, giving 5-star ratings on a product that has nothing to do with that company directly. It is a fan service product that somebody is using. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking get it, dude. Let me download this. I don't know if this is even form fill now that I'm looking at it. God damn it, man. Can you guys please make form fill? Every game needs a form fill character sheet. I'm doing PayPal shit. I just don't want to share information. All right, so let me go back over here for you. Trolls be trolling. I know he gave a 5-star. He wasn't even trolling. So we got character sheet ×1 JPEG PDF. Well, let's download the PDF. I'm just going to save it to my downloads and open it from there. I'm going to open it in another PDF viewer really quick, and just, if I have to, I'll print a copy. But if it's form fill, I'll open it up over here. It is not form fill. Guys. Fuck that, Serving Hands. That pissed me off in a way that I can't even explain. Like, I've been thinking about leaving a review saying, because it has potential, it doesn't do anything. Fucking just table. It was just a tables. It was so bad. It's so bad. And that's the second time I got burned that way, dude. Second fucking time. Pissed me off. Like, bad. Bad. Okay, so they have a sheet that's 4. It's not form fill, though. I'm going to print these really quick, just so I have a copy in front of me so I can look at it as we're going through the rest of this. So we're just going to print this. Preference. I'm using PDF Gear right now to test it. I'm going to do portrait style. Portrait, normal, plain paper, letter, auto. Cancel that. I have not used PDF Gear for printing yet. I have a feeling that I'm not going to like some of the printing stuff for PDF Gear, so what I found out is it doesn't make it even when I was printing the cards. It doesn't center the art to the middle of the page. There's no way to actually make it center. There's fit to page and actual size, and neither one of them centers it. So, like, the margins are off. So I can't use this for printing. And this already makes this PDF viewer fucking worthless for me. Which means I still have to use Acrobat for everything. That has been one of my biggest pet peeves with switching away from Acrobat. But the problem I have with Acrobat, as you all know, the bitch crashes every 5 fucking minutes. Depending on if it's been updated that week, that month, that year. So, my frustration comes through the lack of support in the PDF field. All right? Doesn't matter. Get ready for some noise in the background as we go back into here and continue going through the product. You're going to hear the printer for a second. So anyway, can't highlight. I need to mark that. Highlight problems. Watch, they move highlighting to like the paid version of Sterling or something fucking stupid. I'm even fine paying for it, just as long as it does its fucking job. You know what I mean? So, I moved that. I turned off Acrobat, so you guys you don't have to worry about seeing it. So, back to what we were doing. I printed the sheets, really clean. This is what they look like for those who are interested. There's 4 to a sheet, or you have your 2 to a sheet here, right? This would be a good one to like cut and fold and put into your actual folder. Cool. All right, so I'll have this in front of me so I can at least see what the sheets look like as I'm learning. What is this? Music. Oh, it moved into regular. Hopefully I don't get fucking DMCA'd for that. Let's get some White Bat in here, shall we? White Bat! So you control the party. We know we have to build parties. Choosing your starting characters. You choose 4. Start simple. 8 core classes are iconic and easy to learn. Start with them first and explore the unusual classes later. I agree with that if I'd never played a game before, but because I've played enough games, I like playing at least one unusual class when I do this stuff, because I like to see what their idea of unusual is. You know what I mean? So, I don't 100% agree with that, but we can discuss that later. Diversity is key. How so? Aim for a good mix of healing, stealth. Oh, they mean that. Okay, gotcha. So what about Halfling Wizard? And 4AD, as a nod to old school role-playing game design, PC's race and class are fused to reinforce classic archetypes. Okay, so they went old school for this. A Halfling is lucky, a light-fingered cook, a dwarf is a gruff, hard-hitting fighter. Okay, so this has definitely got its roots in old school, and honestly, a little bit of that, a little bit of the Hero Quest mentality, right? Oh, it has its own world, though. Oh, Norendal. Which means Song of the Absolute is a world born out of the gods' whim. Continent drift atop veins of raw magic. Ley lines cross the land visible only to magic users. These lines are remnants of the gods' earliest wars. Volcanoes spew frost and fire upon the land. Ancient civilizations rose up in ley lines, tapping their power with devices, rituals, and temples, only to fall when their creations grow beyond control. Across this land, ruins smolder beneath the jungles, deserts swallow once great cities, and mountains ring with echoes of ancestral greed. Nearly every region of Noradal is haunted by its own calamity, drowned continents and ever-existing plagues of chaos and mutation, demonic incursion, necromancers clinging to eternal life, and eldritch remnants of precursor races from other dimensions, possibly older than the gods themselves, aka fucking everything. Wait, I can highlight now? What? Wait, did that work? Huh, okay. Weird. So I can do this, but it doesn't highlight. All right, anyway. At least I can highlight so I can show you guys stuff. That's really what matters. What survived today is the patchwork realm of jungle kingdoms, fungal forests, necromantic valleys, dwarven halls, mythical islands. So classic fantasy. The Divine Weave, Gods of Noradal, Primal Force, Birth of the World. That it's a highlight, but it's not permanent. Birth of the World, God game, great. Their map. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can see this as a whole. I'm curious as we learn this program. So you got the ability to see all the pages, right? Which is really fucking cool. I bet you Boom. And now, when I go back into read, I'm going to save and leave this area. Maybe. You gonna work? I want to see if it rotated it. I might be mad at me for doing that. I might have broke the system. Yep, I broke something. You had unit inspections today, Dread? Fun. I don't mean that. Oh, I crashed it. I pissed it the fuck off. I pissed it off. No, I didn't crash. I think I fucked up. Ooh. Well, it's showing the highlights. I did something. I definitely did something, everybody. I broke it. I broke whatever it is. We're going to go back to here. We're going to go to the other one. This is the modified one. We're going to go to the original one and open it. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. I think I broke it. I fucking done it now. I'm just going to reopen Sterling. Hold on, everybody. I ain't doing a hard reset. That ain't fucking happening. I just re-uploaded the file. I cheated. Right? Reader. Problem solved. I just re-uploaded it. No worries. Well, don't rotate. See, this is already proving all the things that this PDF reader cannot do that I wanted to do without it fucking having problems. All I did was rotate this goddamn image. Like, And then it rotates it all, right? Nobody wants that. I just wanted this one rotated. Anyway. Cataclysms, Betrayals, Divine War, Living Pantheon. It's cool to give you all the Pantheon stuff. I like that. Feels a little cookie cutter. Maybe it's not what you're doing. It's a lot of like life, death, long, chaos, light and darkness. You see a lot of this too in MCDM stuff. Mountains. So they're breaking down all the different ranges. I like that they're giving you little informations on all of these. Little breakdowns. Languages of Norendal. Tapestry of tongues and races. Multiple languages crisscross the continent, reflecting diversity in the people and histories. The main language compendium of the world is a list of numbers of common tongues used for trade, diplomacy, magical liturgy, and everyday speech, because there's a multiplicity of races. No single way of speech dominates globally. Okay. So they don't have a common? Okay. Dwarves, D. Harris. I don't know what that means. Short, stalwart. So these are the breakdown of the people. Elfar. Oh, that's the Harris is the name of them, I think. I don't think it's a person who made it. Okay. Okay. Elves are Elfar. Humans. So this must be like another word for them, maybe? Racist cultures coming. I wonder what this means. Huh. Anyway. Skies. I really want to know how this works. Classes. Dude, look, a little hearkening to the old, God, who's the guy who had the fucking finned helmet? We talked about it on Watching Paint Dry all the time. What was it called? The Duke? I like the little frames. So you got an acrobat, right? Acrobat, tricks, trick list, shift position, distract, flip kick, double kick, evade, graceful move, serpent twist. Okay, so these all have like talents. Do you get all of these? Acrobat has 3 L plus 3 trick points. Spend a trick point. Okay, so it's like key points. Warduke. Thank you, Todd. Warduke. So you get trick points. And then which replenish between adventures. When resting, PC recovers their trick points, e.g. L5 Expert recovers 2 trick points when resting. That's cool. So there's tricks. Cool. Acrobatic performance, vaulting strike. Oh, there's a lot. So if this is the character for Acrobat and this is the trick list, life is level plus 3. Very simple. They don't wear armor. Light weapons, light ranged weapons. Advanced skills as a rogue. Magic as a rogue. Saves as a rogue. Always add plus level to swimming, climbing, and saves to avoid falling. It's because they're an acrobat. Okay, that's cool. That's really elegant. I don't hate that. And looking at the character sheet, I can definitely see how that would fill out. Cool. And then the Acrobat's trait table. Pick one or roll a d6. This could have used some different layout, but if someone's doing this all by themselves, no harm, no foul. Because I can tell, like, these were drawn at one scale. This is drawn at a different scale. You know what I mean? Assassin. You get hide and shadows. So all these classes are pretty like individualized with a lot of traits. Oh, they don't have as much stuff as the other one. They're only 1 page. Assassin can use a turn to hide in shadows and mark a target, perform stealth save, adding the assassin's level against the foe's level. If the row fails, the assassin receives a free attack by the foe. Roll for defense. So it would be weird that they're giving us the characters, but they're not giving us the mechanics of the game yet. Huh. Different things. Classic assassin-y shit. Your barbarian. So we're going to go through these quickly then. I don't want to read all of these. The bulwark is your tank. Actually kind of like that. Pretty cool. Great. Actually, that's really fun art. A little man-at-arms kind of feel to it. I dig that a lot. Shield wall, guardian stance, iron will, shield bass, brace for impact, stubborn endurance. Okay, that's all really cool stuff. Clerics add half a level. Cool. Weapons. Cool. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. This big ass fucking arm on him. Like an oversized metal arm. What is that? I guess it's supposed to be the foreshadow. Like the distance. Like he's even like got short legs and stuff. It's kind of fun, to be honest. This is great. This is classic. And your dwarf. Look at this creepy little shit. Miser. Dwarves are extremely attached to their gold. A party with 2+ dwarves may not bribe foes. Oh my lord. That is amazing. That's really fun. Jewelry merchant. I love this. This is fun. Well, this is kind of some old school artwork as well. So dwarf is a class. That's all right. Druids. Cool. Goofy helm on that dwarf. Yeah, no shit, right? That was a really goofy helm on that fucking dwarf. Elf is its own thing. Again, they're magic users, armor out, any and shield. You're seeing them come back into this as their own thing. It's got like an old medieval kind of block style to it, or old storybooks even. Kind of like it. Gnome is its own. Really cool. Gadgeteers. What is he hitting him with? Is that like a squeeze punch fist? Is this like brass knuckle puncher? I think that's what that is. He's knocking his fucking teeth out. Look at that. He's fucking knocking his teeth out. Okay. Let me put my color back on here. That's hilarious. That is downright funny. Portable door. Use a portable door to add a door on the map where there is none. Oh, this is kind of like my Yule in the Cartographers. You open the door, you may use it to lock the door. No mechanism. That's fun. You get grenade weapons, gadgeteer enhanced weapons. You get level all your melee attacks. That's really fun. This is dope too. It's like Tinker Gnome armor on steroids. That's sweet, dude. Huh? Okay. Halfling is its own. All right. Some old marker work. Illusionist. Love me some illusions. I'm curious how they do their spells. What is this? Kukula? Kukula's at a Is it? What is a Kukula? Is that a... They're dolls. Oh. Okay. That's kind of neat. They have a secret compartment? I've never heard that term before. Carrying capacity. Social abilities. Prehensile hair. Oh, these things are creepy. Kukla? It might be Kukla. Is it spaced? I mean, it looks like it's one word. I don't think it's divided like that. It might be. These are the prehensile tails. Unhealing. Kukula may be repaired between adventures at the cost of 1 gold per life repaired. Really simple. Green ring, red ring. What is this? If a Kukula is killed, a wizard, a puppet master, or an alchemist may bring her back to life by pouring the liquid in her green ring into her mouth. This takes 1 turn. May be done during combat. After 6 turns, the Kukula will regain all the life and stand up. Revitalizing liquid will work only once in the Kukula's lifetime. A Kukla? It's Russian for doll. Oh, I'm saying that wrong then. Hold on here. Hold on here. Hold on.
Kukla.
Kukla. Kukla. Okay, I was saying it right. Kukla. Huh.
Kukla.
Hold on here. Let me turn this up a little bit. I can't quite hear because I haven't turned down so far.
Kukla. 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 Kukla.
Kukula. 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 Okay. I was close. I still remember some of it. I don't remember the Russian word for doll, but I should have. They're like nesting dolls. But this has hair that fights you because that's not creepy. Red ring. The red ring contains a single drop of powerful ingest of poison. Once a Kukula's lifetime, you may automatically slay a PC, NPC, or foe who has accepted a food bribe. Had any social interactions involving food or drink, or has hit the Kukula with a bite attack. Cuckoo? I wasn't saying cuckoo. It's Kukla. I didn't say a U, extra U. It says Kukla. Because the way it's spelled here, hold on. I'll show you what I was looking at. The reason I was looking at this,
Kukla.
and it has a weird vowel in between.
Kukla. Kukla.
It has a weird vowel in between. That's why I was saying that. Anyway. Really? You're going to reload? You son of a bitch. Boy, Sterling, you going to get fired. You get fired? I didn't even fast forward to the right page. Huh. So here we go. So they can heal or kill. Super fun. What's up, Raven? Become human. They can earn for mortality and look to the ritual that will turn them to living beings. No senses, taste, or smell. Mental abilities. They can read, write, and speak trade language. They can use magical items, scroll use, armor, weapons, strength, starting wealth, new expert skill, doll army. Every time you find a magic item, Kukla with the skill may find a miniature doll instead. Kukla may animate the doll as an artificial creature with 1 life. Dolls perform a single action per turn. Attack a minor foe, carry a single item, or a sack containing 50 gold, or distract a major foe, giving a +1 to Kukla's next attack roll against that foe. They may control a number of dolls equal to half their level. 4 such miniature dolls occupy the same space of a human. Holy fuck, these things are frightening. Dude, I dig that. This is awesome. In my party, immediately in my party. Immediately. New expert skill, improved secret compartment, because they can hide stuff from themselves. Oh, look at this shit. Here's her traits, hidden blade, unyielding form. I love this. This is like right in the Athantia thing. I've been thinking about making a animated creature like a doll or something for Athantia. I haven't done it yet. I think about doing that, and I've also been thinking about doing it for Breachers. I don't know which one I would do it for, because it's only going to go on one of them. But I like this concept. This is fucking awesome. Next is a light gladiator, which, we have an idea. Expert gladiator, expert skills. Mushroom monk. Holy shit. It does sound like a me character. I would so play it, man. I love that stuff. Todd played in our Living Athantia game. He was playing one of the puppets. Poppet? Wasn't that what it was called, Todd? Poppets? That's what the Pathfinder 2 ones are? We got mushroom monks. Love this. Just getting punched with spores. Tasty. If you die, your allies can turn your body into a D6 food rations. It's considered respectful and desirable by mushroom monks. If eating, the mushroom monk may not be resurrected. Oh my god. Amazing. This is fun design, everybody. This is fun design. Karmic transferal. If the mushroom monk dies, you may create another mushroom monk who starts the game with one of the previous PC's expert skills. Nunchaku. Your icon is that character. Yeah, that's right. When Athantia starts back up, I'll be booting Living Athantia back up as well. Right? Paladin. I already have Myconids in our game. Oh, you died. We made risotto. Oh, shit. Fucking great. All paladin-y shit. Oath, shield wall, encouraging presence. Cool. Ranger. We all know what rangers are. How do they do their ranger? Combat. They get bonus attack rolls. What else do they get? Anything else worthwhile? Advanced skills. Ranger learns advanced skills. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. So they get some sworn enemy stuff. They get tracking at boss tracking. This is actually a really cool feature. I dig that. Learn from environment. Every time you enter a new terrain type, you may use 1 XP roll to learn a survival skill. That's kind of cool. Neat. This motherfucker's hiding. This is a good solo. So many options. Classic rogue. Okay. Rogue, pick one. All right, cool. Swashbuckler. The swashbuckler for Shadow Dark right now is really fun. A warrior, traditional. They get advanced skills as well. A wizard. Spell burning. A wizard without any available slots may use a page from their spell book as a scroll. I love this. This is a fun concept. You're willing to damage it. This is something I'm actually putting in the Tome Master for Breachers. They can pull pages from your book and burn them up. Because then we wouldn't know Serving Hands. If it just blended into it, we wouldn't know he was there. That's important. All right, cool. Some magic. And then magic. That's fucking creepy. Big ass skull. So magic's the art of altering reality. Okay, so using spells to prevent bad stuff. In some cases, a caster may spend a spell slot to prevent something from happening. Example, the storm hits the party as heroes walk on a plane. PCs in metal armor could be struck by lightning. The wizard may use 1 lightning spell to absorb the storm's electricity, preventing the lightning damage. Oh. I really like that. What page is this? 72? The reason I also wanted to be able to highlight stuff is because when I'm doing these, when I go back through and do my recap, I use the highlighted things to be able to quickly address things. So now I'm just got to do this kind of stuff. That's important. I'm going to hit page 72 though. I actually really like that. Let me write this down. Page 72. Magic. Really, really like that. Some foes or places have MR. This event has any spell or prayer from being cast. To cast a spell, the character must first perform a magic cast roll versus the MR, and then if successful. So it's like old school. Oh yeah, old school. But I love the fact that you can spend an electric spell to like absorb that and use your spell to counter it. That's really fun. It's something I would like to add to Thauntia to make. I like the flexibility of the magic in Dragonbane, and I'd like to see some more of that kind of hit. You know what I mean? There is a high chance in Zelda that you get zapped. That is true. Basic wizard spells. Blessing for clerics. Escape. Lightning. Fireball. Protection. Sleep. This guy does not look comfortable. Is there supposed to be a pillow here? Or is his neck so thick that he just doesn't need a... This guy doesn't need a pillow. He's got neck pillow. That's what the neck pillow orc. He's just slumbering on his own stocky neck. It's on page 69. I would just like to point out that sleeping is on page 69. The sleep spell is on page 69. It's a druid, disperse vermin, summon beast, water jet, bear form, warp wood, bark skin, lightning, spiderweb, entangle, subdual. It is a wild sleeping version. Forest path, alter spells. Okay, cool. Then there's illusion spells, illusionist spells. Illusionary armor, mirror image, servant, disbelief. Okay. Phantasmal binding. So these are really broad. They're not, this isn't Vancian magic. They're very broad spells. Does that mean that the wizard is only getting 4 fucking spells? Is that right? These 6 basic spells are the ABCs taught in Wizard Academies. Okay, so there's other ones. Those are just the ones you start with. I see. I kind of like that. Shadow Strike. Scrolls. A piece of parchment containing ready to cast spells. Scrolls are fragile and can be destroyed by accident, flames, water, and whatnot. So an advantage, disadvantage, a PC access barbarian may spend 1 turn reading the scroll to cast a spell. PCs who are not spellcasters add a +1 to the spellcast. So other people can use scrolls. Cool. Level 2 wizard finds a scroll with a new spell, Magic Mist. He can now cast Magic Mist once from the scroll or copy it to a spellbook. I like that. Ooh, pumpkins. That's kind of a weird lineup of things. Saves are rolls performed to avoid danger or undesired effects. So save versus, so everything is the level, like level 4. Okay. Or HCL +2 magic. Or save versus L6 poison. We haven't learned what dice you roll, though. PC's strange smell in the chamber. They realize it is filled with poisonous gas. And must save versus, can I click this off and then highlight? Yeah, cool. So must save versus L3 poison or lose 1 life. Roll of 1 or 2 results in 1 damage. This must be in a D6. The runic summoning of the pumpkin god. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a runic summoning of a pumpkin god. It's got to be it, right? Right? Let's realize that this temperature, I'm really red for some reason. Is my saturation overdone? There we go. It was really pink red. I didn't know why. PC step in a strange spelling check. Okay, so what are we rolling? Is it 2d6? Do not mix up defense rolls and saves. Defense rolls ask you to roll above a target number, e.g. to defend against L4 attack, you must roll 5+. Saves ask you to roll the target number or higher. Do not mix up defense rolls and saves. Defense rolls ask you to roll above target number. So it's not meets a beats. Defense rolls are beats. Save rolls are meets a beats. That's such a weird... I am curious about why that is that way. Page is the 77. I'm curious as to what the fucking reason is for that. I don't know why. Stealth saves is performed by determining whether a PC can avoid being seen or not. Example, to avoid being seen by a group of L5 goblins, a rogue must save versus L5. So a save means it has to equal it or beat it. I guess their concept is if you're attacking or defending, you have to be over that number. Save means you just got to be equal to or that. Okay, all right, I see. 2 pages on stealth, because stealth is always complex. Equipment, that's creepy demon. This woman's probably going to die. There's literally one behind her. Does she not see this one? Does she not know that that's there? It's hugging your leg. It's literally humping her leg. Bow, no modifier attack, 15 gold. Oh, this is kind of fun. You may keep track of arrows and shots used. A quiver will hold 12 arrows. Replace quiver can be bought for 6 gold. PC may carry a total of 4 quivers. All arrows used are lost or broken. Attack roll kills multiple foes. 1 arrow is used per every foe slain. Okay, cool. No, she's their master? I don't think so. She's stabbing them. They are not friends. This is like a suspicious Pornhub title. Equipment, armor. Okay, cool. Lanterns, torch, holy water. I actually really like this kind of fun art pieces. These are kind of fun looking. Resurrection service, bag of nails, equipment, handgun. Wow, they have handguns in this? Gremlin repellent. Can I get this for streams? Locks, crowbar, berserker mushroom, combat. Ooh, okay. Who goes first? In an encounter, PCs and foes act on alternate turns. A turn is a measure of time in which all characters on one side, PCs or foes, act at once. Unless the foes surprise the party, PCs go first. So PCs always go first, all right. Unless it's a surprise round. Gotcha. Ranged attack and initiatives. PCs with ranged weapons and spells can use them before foes have a chance to react. Even if the foes sneak up on you, it takes a fraction of a second to lose a knocked arrow or cast spell. Ranged attack spells always strike first. So it's the old school concepts where the ranged attacks go before everything. So if the foes surprise the party, foes' ranged attacks are resolved before the party's ranged attacks. So it's always ranged, initiative winner, surprise winner, ranged, then the other ranged, and then the melee, and then the other melee. Okay, cool. That makes sense. It is a D6. So that's what it is. L3 rolls a D6 plus 3 when she attacks. She levels up, becomes... I thought it was a 2D6 system, but apparently it's not. 2D6 must only be for the D66 tables. So wizards add their level to spellcasting rolls, but never to melee attack rolls. When they cast a spell, such as lightning bolt or fireball, they add L. So if they're level 2, you would roll a D6. I rolled a 5, so that's a 7. Really tight system, like really small margins. So where do the high level stuff come in? Rules fighting darkness, crushing or slashing weapons. That's the second time we've seen this piece of art. Fleeing foes, marching order, common concepts, signing attacks. So is their marching order determine the 4 positions and who's in front and back? Yeah, same thing. Combat, who the foes attack, effect of failed defense rolls. This is a full system. So what I want to see is how the solo stuff's working. Creepy eye monster? Holy shit. Oh my god. This is going poorly for everyone here. What the fuck nightmare fuel is this? What is that? That's wild. That's the most wild piece of art in here so far. That's like Mad Magazine level. Like, this dude's dead. I have no idea what that is. Let me move this real quick. All right. Bunch of things for reactions. So, like, we're halfway through the book at this point, right? Because, like, 200 and something pages. And we're into, like, magic challenges, trade information capture. It has everything in here. Thankfully, it's hyperlinked. I kind of wish all pages had a hyperlink back to the beginning one, but whatever. That's just fun on a Saturday night. Yeah, I guess. People getting attacked through here. Exploration, rules on exploration. So random dungeons, which I pulled out. I'm not doing this today, but I've been having these in my bag lately, which are old Chessex random D12 dice for, like, making dungeons, which I really like these. I forgot about them. Map art, mapping, retracing your steps. When you go back through an already visited tile, roll a d6 and a 1, wandering monsters attack. Okay, so this has got wandering monsters involved in them. There's final boss missions in here. Your mission is to slay... So, explanation. Your mission is to slay the dungeon's final boss. Each time you meet a major foe, roll a d6. Add +1 for every major foe encountered so far in the adventure, including invisible gremlins. If you roll 6+, that major foe is the final boss. So this has got the idea of Betrayal at House on the Hill mixed with some of the old the old Hero Quest stuff. Timer timeless. The last one they're saying is 45 minutes. So you're doing a hard dungeon crawl for a solo game, which is cool. Now, hello, Fiona. My dog just ran in. All right. Secret doors, secret passages. Okay, so this is kind of neat. I mean, this is pretty basic. It'd be a fun, I think it's a good solo game. For sure, a co-op game like to get through. For 45 minutes. Exploration. Madness. This is a full-fledged rule system. I'm actually impressed by how much is in here. And coherently written. I have animal companions in here. Now look how simple, whoops. Look how simple these blocks are of text. Like, a peacock is level 0, life 1 life, attack -2, defense +0, morale -2. Peacocks give their owner a +1 bonus to wooing and seduction saves. They can't attack in corridors. Cost 10 gold. Then you got like a warhound, which is like it can actually do stuff. Experience. Creepy. I think they're orcs. I think that's what those are. The armor's kind of cool. Experience is a measure of the character's growth. Is represented by experience rolls. When a PC performs XP roll, you roll a d6, trying to roll higher than the PC's current level. If you roll a success, a 6 is always a success. The PC gains 1 level. Oh, so at the end of it, you basically go, "What's your level?" Okay, we leveled up. And now when you hit within that 3, 4, 5, you're less likely to level. That's actually really cool. It's healthy to play. What? Doctors recommend it? Thanks, Bella. We're talking about experience, but sure. When PCs level up, PC's current maximum life. So that's pretty cool. So you can definitely roll, and that's how you level in this game. That's different. It has a little bit of the Dragonbane, because Dragonbane works that way, but it is for your individual skills. Your individual skills are the same way. Then there's classical system. You gain 1 XP by defeating 10 minor foes. Keep track of the number of encounters. The number of foes in each encounter is irrelevant. You gain 1 XP per secret. So this is more of an XP structure. And then they have slow and sure system. Under the SXP, don't roll for XP, just level a single PC at the end of any successful adventure as long as you complete the main goal. And then old school version, which is the gold. So there's a bunch of different XP versions in here. All right. Kind of neat. They put together something that gives you a bunch of different advancement systems. You pick what you want. They have milestone advancement. Hey, look, Cyclopeans. Minor examples. Milestone short-term goal assignment for PCs. Upon completing the milestones, they get benefits. So you got like Goblin Slayer, Orc Slayer. If you do these are like little tiny attack pieces. And if you finish them, you get bonuses. We have this right now. If you guys remember, I talked about when I was deving stuff for Dragon Sandbox under here. We did very similar things in Dragon Sandbox. We gave common, rare, and legendary their quest cards. And then underneath those cards, this is a template, but you get rewards by finishing little pieces. And that's very similar to what we're seeing. I swear to God, if you go back to the beginning of the book. Fuck you. Fuck you kidding me? Great. At least it's hyperlinked. Anyway, milestones. So now they have a milestones ones where you can unlock these different things by doing them. That's kind of cool. Gem collector. As soon as the PC collects 10 gems worth at least 50 XP, the PC can have 1 item of jewelry built from it with 50% more than the sum of the value. That's kind of cool. Those are fun. It is hyperlinked, but it doesn't even take you to the right page. Some of them don't. Creepy. Secrets. I like my secrets I've been doing are level based. When a party has 3 clues gained during a current adventure or over multiple adventures, you may spend them to discover a secret. Oh, that's a really unique way. I like this. We are going to talk. I love secrets in games. Sure, yeah, make me fucking redo this again. I like this. This is a cool concept. What is this page? I'm going to have to do page numbers. 123. I like that. That's cool. Okay, like you can learn these things like weakness of a foe, dealing. This is a really elegant way to handle giving things out to people. It's happened 3 times, Serving Hands, where I've done something and come back in and it boots it all the way back. I think it has to do with how they use the browser version. I can open up its own version, but it still uses Chromium. It doesn't matter. It's just stupid. Anyway, weakness of the foe, pretty cool. True name, spiritual entity, awesome. Secrets. Someone will pay big for it. I actually really, this is like fucking 3-star concept. I really like this a lot. If nothing else, you can take it into any game you're running. And then they got adventures, Witch's Cave, a procedural adventure, the Purple Crystals, a map-based adventure. So now they're teaching you how to run your solo versions of these. So they have a full Witch's Cave and the rooms involved. You know what I mean? Some Nesty Safe pumpkin curry. Nice. We're actually making pumpkin curry too, Jen. We have some pumpkins that we need to carve up to make curry. I love curry. Cave content, 2d6. Awesome. So this is like their random generated table. This is fun. This could be a really fun solo thing. I might have to try this. You got a d6. They're giving you the map. For travel, this is really cool. Like if you're traveling and wanted a game to play, I think this is really awesome. Then you got the Purple Crystals. This is another one, which is a map-based one where they've just done a sketch for you. Right? Okay. The mines. The adventures. Cool. This is really cool. Huh. What's the unsafe part of it, Nessie? Is it spice? Spice, like spicy? Okay, so is this a D100 table or are these rooms? Wait a minute. Hold on here. I was scrolling. I missed something here. The mines. It has been years since you last visited part of the forest. It grows. Now look at the map of the mines. This has only got a 1 through 10. So what are all these other rooms? What's this 11? Was there an 11 here on this map? Oh yeah, there is. Oh, it goes to 11. That's the last one. Okay, I see. Those are just the room numbers. No, there's 13. Hold on a minute. I'm missing something that this does. There's no 13 on this map. I'm looking. There's several courses of action you can take, each leading to a different paragraph. Oh, it's like a choose your own adventure. Oh. It's important that you do not read ahead. Make your decisions and read only the corresponding sections. To begin, choose one of the following 3 options. The guild, Goral, or the mines. Oh, this is a really fun... I'm going to definitely mention this. Page 135. Choose your own adventure. This is a great way to run solo content. So actually, this makes me... This is really cool. for solo gaming stuff. Look at all the options. I don't want to ruin it for anyone. We're going to scroll hard through this. What's this? David the fucking Gnome. Tables. So initiative flow chart. I like that they did this. 146. Cool. So I have a breakdown for the flow chart. I love the skull and the tentacles too. That's fun. Attack modifier summaries. Defense modifier summaries. A generator. This is actually really fun. This map generator. I'm still waiting to find out when you use the rest of the polyhedral sets. 24, does it come with the skull? Anyway, those are awesome. Content creation, excellent. Dungeon features. So now you get a bunch of tables for running your solo games. These are cool looking. That's fucking... This is bad. You're gonna get murdered. Fungal grottos, that's awesome. Treasure tables. Really clean. I can see how this guy has a ton of supplements now. Because if he's just producing a bunch of really good choose your own adventure stuff, new class and race on one kind of thing, this is actually really fun. Oh, that was the holy symbol that Paladin had. Ooh, Shield of Warding. This magical shield protect counts even if the user is surprised by wandering monsters. Fleeing from a combat or fighting foes that ignore shields, this is a permanent magical at resale 200. Huh, nice. I dig that. Okay, so just bats. Vampire bats. Bunch of tables. Shit tons of tables in here to help you build out stuff. With some art to kind of help you. I love the mushroom men. That's creepy looking. That's also creepy looking. The invisible gremlins. Ooh, they have no stats. They're not an event, not a foe. They cannot be a final boss. They steal 3d6 item plus 3 items from the PC. Fuck those guys. That's cool. Chaos Lord. So this definitely has board game elements to it. Yeah, see? Bats. Cavern Wraith. Okay, this is all really, really clean. What I'm waiting to see is when D20s, D100s, all that shit comes in. So you got bosses, minions. So now we're in the minions section. I love that they're all tables. I kind of like the hand-drawn trade dress that they made in marker. Ooh, that doppelganger is fucking fire. Scimitar monster? No. That's like a raptor with razor hands. Okay, this is cool. That's actually really cool. I don't know why. Just cool. Let me zoom back in. So all your different boss monsters, fungal grotto things. All right, let me get past here. I accidentally scrolled up. Minotaurs, that's cool looking too. Chaos Slavers. Chaos Lords, just big bads, man. That I can really feel the Hero Quest age kind of dripping into this. .4AD is a role-playing game, while it's designed a procedural adventure game run by a single player. Okay, so they're basically now explaining what this is, right? This is the explanation of the game. What page is this? 180, page 188. It's an RP system. It's an actual role-playing game system. But it is a procedural adventure. It can also be played as a cooperative GM-less game and traditional role-playing game directed by a game master. On today's fragmented hobby world, having a GM to write and run games is considered a luxury by some. 4AD capitalizes on an ability to work without a GM. The advantage of the infinite creativity and flexibility in GM-directed games cannot be denied. This section gives guidelines to get the best out of that style of play. Okay. Old school way, rulings, not rules. I like this. I do believe rules, like I've said numerous times, are a love language between everyone at the table, but I think rulings, as long as it keeps the game going and is fun, is more important. It's inspired by old school games. I'm gonna click this. There. Old school games and authors that played in their teens in the 80s. Old school role playing is a style of play, not a rule set. It emphasizes player creativity, improvisation, and immersive role playing over strict mechanics and complex systems. Yes, some old school games were really complex. Rollmaster, everybody. If you have never played Rollmaster, go look at it. That bitch had tables on tables. The old Warhammer Fantasy, which I loved, also did that. Really fun. So now they have reactions and role player choices, surprise yourselves, how to role play, a likely event. So this is your oracle, it looks like. Yeah. Unsure about something in the world? Oracle. Don't overuse it. Only roll when outcomes aren't obvious. Really fun. Using Oracle cards. Let the secret spin the story. I know a lot of people use playing cards for this. And I've seen some recent things where using tarot cards, which is pretty cool. Jay's Bloodlines and Black Magic uses a sort of a soothe or tarot deck to help GMs run their game. Similar concept. No balance means real tension. I agree in this. I like the no balance style. Give hints, not warnings. I agree with that as well. Exception, essential encounters. The only time you should craft a balanced fight is when it's unavoidable and directly tied to the player's progress, like a final boss. 100% agree with this. This is like an all-star fucking thing that every GM should understand. And I'm actually going to mark this page as well. That's really good GM help. The 4 pillars of an adventure in writing: exploration, investigation, and action, multi-layered action and what you do. This is a good GMing section. There's actually a really good advice section for players. Roll dice in the open. I used to not do that, but I have found myself more and more rolling a majority of my dice in the open when I'm playing in person, because I like the tension that it causes and the trust that it causes. The only time I roll behind the screen is if something is really secretive, or if I had to roll a lot of dice at once. Like if we're just in middle combat, I'll just roll dice to get it going, because I'm not one that pulls punches. I don't really fudge dice rolls. The only dials behind the screen that I change are usually hit points I'll cut down before we start a fight if we're like short on time. And sometimes I'll fluff an AC just so that I can use a monster that has too high of an AC, and I'll bring it down a couple points just so I can use it in a game. And I usually explain that by saying, like, they're already damaged, the armor is missing, they don't have their shield, things like that. So they're teaching you how to GM. Running encounters saves an improvised actions. Class strength, so they're doing a breakdown of the classes. This is a great one just to print and have in your book if you were learning. When not to roll. We're creating your own adventures. This is really good advice. That's a fun little art piece. Where do I go from here? Okay. Let your PC grow from level 1 to 4. There's a plethora of 4AD supplements, campaigns, and adventures, and posters. And other materials. You don't like the new Digimon series? I heard the new video game's really good though. I don't know if you played it. I've never been a huge Digimon fan. All right. We're almost near the end. Roadmap. So game unpredictable, twisted series, twisted dungeons, twisted minions, twisted final fights, twisted trades. Okay. So when does the D20 come into play? Oh, they have a mag. Oh. I'm interested in that too. What is this page? 205? This guy's just cranking. This team's cranking stuff out. That's a great. That fucking mushroom dragon's cool looking. And then there's a play sheet, a single play sheet, cool art, and welcome to the dungeon. So what I did not see in here is when a D20 is used. Because they talk about it in the beginning of this game that you eventually upgrade to other dice. Right? And the basic game, levels 1 to 4, only use 6-sided dice. So this book only uses 6-sided dice. And what I'm curious about, if we back up, I'm going to close this. If we back up, we go to here, and I go back to this group. We'll move it past here. If there is something in here that I am missing for higher level play, God, they have a lot of stuff. Look at all this. Man, how long has this company been around? How I never heard of them? Dude, this is so much. There's so much. This guy is just producing product like crazy. And you can tell they're writing it. It's not, it's not like garbage. There's a lot of really good things in that. So I'm wondering if they have like a legendary version of stuff. I would have to dig into Reddit, but this is really cool that they have this much here. And that this has so much in it as well. All right. I'm going to record this. I'm going to do a 15-minute recording for this. So I'm going to pause this. Dude, there's so much garbage. I'm going to be honest. Most of the stuff that people are trying to use AI to produce for tabletop RPGs in this site are absolute shit. Not this company, but in Drive-Thru-RPG. I've downloaded too many things that I would want my money back for 100%. And I have said from now on, if there is not a preview of the project, I am not picking it up anymore. Ever. Because it's fucking horrible. No, they've been around for a long time. So this game company has been around for a while. Because the person's doing artwork. So if you go to their actual game company site, this is their game company. And this is old. They're OSR. These people are old school. And you can see all the stuff they've been making. They've been around for a little while. You know what I mean? Like because they also did Fistful Kung Fu and shit like that. Like they've been around for a while. These people are just pumping product out in an OSR style way. But they are not generating random bullshit. They're making them. Tabletop war games, pen and paper, like they've done a lot for a long time. But I'm saying that Drive-Thru-RPG has had a lot of garbage lately. So I'm gonna go to set this up. I'm going to do my recording because I want to be able to put this out. Drive-Thru-RPG has had garbage. So, especially in the 5e area. It's been really bad. Really, really bad. This group has been around for a while. So we're going to do Corpse Talk. I'm going to start recording. I'm going to make it hit the next one and we're going to go. Hey everybody, I'm here to talk about a brand new solo / co-op TTRPG. And I say brand new, it's new to me. I have never seen this before, and I really wanted to take a look at what it was. As I'm studying solo RPGs and co-op RPGs, this came in with a 5-star rating, and this is the new expanded edition of 4 Against Darkness. Look, maybe the rest of you out here have seen this. I have not. This game company's been around for a while. They have tons of products. This is a well-supported system. They are a gold bestseller on DriveThruRPG, and this just came out in December, so I didn't even see the previous version. So we're going to quickly go through it. If you want to see the full version of what I'm about ready to talk about, there's going to be a link to the live show down below. There's a full couple-hour piece where we go through everything, all the way into what 4 Against Darkness is. So let's go over, take a look at the actual DriveThruRPG listing, and talk about what made me pick this up, and then we'll go through quickly on what I've learned in the hour and a half that we look through. So here's the deal. DriveThruRPG, gold bestseller. Already have an idea that this is going to be decent. 4 Against Darkness, this is their piece, and they even have a great preview copy for you to look through. With the amount of times I've been burned in the last month from people putting out just word processed AI generated tables with no love behind them, no editing, no nothing, just slop, I've had to be really careful in what I've purchased lately. Seeing that this has a full-on art piece, and it's got a bunch of black and white inside, and they're actually giving you a rundown of the 200 and something pages of this expanded edition. I love this old woodblock style. This is fun. It's a fun piece, and they break down what the book is about. You can go look at the preview over on DriveThruRPG. I'll leave an affiliate link down below, but I went and picked up the full version as well. So you don't have to worry too much. I can give you a little deeper look on what it is. We're not going to go through every piece of the 200 pages. I have some highlighted sections during the show that I want to kick off and kind of give you an idea of what the system's about and how I think you can run it by yourself and where I think some of the inspiration is from. There's a lot of inspiration in here from, I think, some old school pieces. So let's take a look at everything that is available and what you're getting into. So this is 4 Against Darkness. 4 Against Darkness is primarily a solo / co-op game. It's called 4 Against Darkness because you have a party of 4 characters, just like the old school D&D. And honestly, as we talked about during the live show, Hero Quest, you're a party of 4, class and ancestries or race or whatever you want to call them from the systems you're comfortable with, are merged together. So a dwarf is a class and a race together. It's okay. There's a lot of options in here. There's even a doll that you can play based on Russian dolls, and it's pretty fucking dope. So this is the expanded edition, written and illustrated by the person here. There are a lot of other people who are involved. I love what I've seen. All of this is hyperlink for those of you who know me. Hyperlinks matter. This is they have like a HCL system and how things work. They break down all your dice codes and everything that's in here. I'm going to quickly scroll through what 4AD is. It's an old school dungeon exploration adventure game designed for solo or cooperative play with minimal space and equipment. I went and downloaded some sheets from another person, paid $1, and they have your 4 sheet for your group of 4, or if you want a little more space, there are 2 sheets as well that you can do. And these are your character sheets that you would fold up, stick in your journal, and run your game. Now, as a player-facing game, there are rules in this for GMs to run it and to run it with a group, but primarily this is made for solo and co-op for you and your friends to sit down in. Maybe you're missing a GM, just like solo games. Maybe you want something to play by yourself in your lunch break. This game specifically says, after the first time you play, it's about 45 minutes. I think you could do it in 30. You generate and go through, and they have a really fun way to make dungeon crawls and adventures, and I'll show you how much this supports their product later on. But check this out. So you can see in here, they talk about there being a ton of supplements. I will showcase that later. There are 4 people that you play in your group, hence 4AD, 4 Against Darkness. Length of the game is roughly an hour to 45 minutes. Foes never roll. Everything is the player side rolling. Think Cypher system if you're familiar with that. where if I'm attacking as a monster, you're just rolling to defend against it. They talk about dice codes. This basic PDF we're looking at is levels 1 through 4 and uses only the good old 6-sided dice. Everybody has these. You can rob Monopoly. You can get it from anywhere you need. But they talk about D3, D6, D6 plus 1, 2, and so on. 2D6, the D66 table, if you're not familiar. You see that a lot in Mork Borg, where 1 is the ones place, and the other one is your tens place. You roll them together. I got a 24. And then at higher levels, it says 4AD uses additional polyhedrals, which is the D&D set you're used to. That's not in this book. I don't know how that works yet. I haven't seen it. I am curious to see what their full version of it would be, like when you're using all those dice. They break everything down. They use iconography to help you understand the system. And the HCL system, the whole concept behind it is highest character level. That's the HCL system. If you have a party of 4 and you have 2 2s, a 3, and a 4, the highest level is a 4. So if you're fighting an orc and it is HCL plus 2, that means it would be a 6. When you roll your D6, you're going to be trying to hit that target number. Different from other games, I believe, I think it was defending and attacking, you need to beat the number that is there. In this case, if it was at 6, you would need a 7 or more. You don't need to meet it, you need to beat it. But if it's a save, and you're saving against something, that is when Meets a Pizza comes in. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go see our merch. We have a Meets a Pizza, Little Caesar looking dude in a plague doctor's mask. But if it meets the DC or beats the DC on a save, that works for that. Those are the only two things I really noticed that people may get tripped up on, but pretty fun. The art is fun, reminiscent of some of the older stuff that we've seen over the years. They break down their tier levels and how tiers are going to work. This is basic, levels 1 to 4, but you can see they're supporting expert, heroic, legendary, and epic. I'm curious to see what those look like. I think this is a pretty fun game. The tier dice, PCs use a die type for their attack, defense, and save based on their tier. In this book, PCs are all basic tier, so they use a D6, and in higher tier books, such as 4 against the Abyss and 4 against the Forsaken Depths, the tier die will go up. You will replace these D6s with things like your D8 and your D10s. This allows for a larger gambit of numbers and shows the growth of the character. There are a bunch of explosion rules in this. If you ever roll a 6 in anything in this game, because they're using D6s, you roll another one added on. Super fun. There's a note that explosions are not an automatic success, but you get the idea. Exploding dice are always a good time. I like a lot of what I saw in here. They talk about picking your character, making a diverse party. It really teaches new people how to play D&D. And I mean D&D as the idea of tabletop RPGs, but it at least gives you an idea of what you should be attempting to do and what you should be attempting to play. And I think that that is an important thing to be teaching people in a solo RPG. A lot of people don't know how to RPG. It has its own setting. You can see there's a bunch of that here. Maps that you can print, all black and white. They have your patrons that are in the game, your gods, your deities. Everything is in here that you could want. And look, this game is full of things that you want in a game. It has weird stuff. It has magic in it. And there's some really kind of inventive things in magic that I like. For example, they talk about if there's a lightning storm going on and someone's wearing metal armor, and say that adventure says that people in metal armor are more likely to get hit by lightning, a wizard can use their ability to cast lightning for the day to absorb that lightning and stop their companions from getting hit. This is different than Vancian magic that we see in a lot of other games, and I really like that. With a simple D6 system, that's really easy to handle. You're talking about rolling this, do I absorb it, and you stop people from dying. It's flexible magic in a minimal scope. You only have like 4 or 5 spells to start. I think they say the beginning thing that you learn is like fireball, lightning, and a couple other spells. But other classes have different things that you can get as well. And the classes in this, I have some favorites already. There's some complex ones like the acrobat who has a huge trick list. There's gladiators and rangers and everything else. But the one I want to talk about is the Russian down, the kukla. I'm gonna pull this up. But they come with some crazy stuff like rings to resurrect themselves or to kill somebody else no matter what level they are, but they can only do it once. They get a doll army. Every time you find a magical item, they have the ability just to get dolls instead. And some of this art's a lot of fun, like the gnome. Check this out. This gnome armor? Like Tinker Gnome on steroids? Come on. He's like a mad scientist. It's super fun. Halflings are their own thing. You can see that in here. And I'm just scrolling through them. Your illusionist is their own. You can see that every class gets like trait tables. Some are multiple pages, some are one. The kukla is a doll person. And this doll person, they are rare. You can only have one in your party. They get armies of dolls that they get that can do things. They have secret compartments. They have carrying capacity that kind of like stockpile stuff in them. Social abilities, prehensile hair. Dude, these things are nightmare fuel. And I love that they're nightmare fuel. This is the fun stuff in RPGs that I feel like when you're playing really strict mechanic games, you lose some of this. Like, they're not going to give you a red ring that if you spend it when you're bit or if food is part of a trade, you can just outright murder someone. And their whole idea is to become human. And I love this kind of writing. I think this adds flavor and fun to a game that, in a really rigid system, you may not get this. And they talk about that later on. We'll go into like the GM notes, I think at page 192. We'll talk about that as well. But I do want to fast forward. There's a bunch of classes in here. There's no reason to look through all those. But I want to go to page 77. In here, there is magic. And they talk about magic in pretty fun ways. I'm going to scroll back up here. You can see there's like druid magics, the sleep spell with the guy that somehow is resting on nothing. You know, the stiffest neck of all time. But right here, they talk about lightning. So here you go. The basic ABCs that a wizard's taught. Blessing, prayer used by clerics. Escape, lightning, fireball, protection. That's your magic that you get. But they talk about using spells to stop things that happen to you. I think this is great. You have to make caster's checks to make these things work, but being able to use lightning to stop like your friends dying is really fun. That's such a fun way to flex magic. This is the thing that really only when you are leaning into story and letting players be creative does this kind of stuff happen. So anyway, I love what they've done with that. I like that everyone has their own magic. There's different spells between illusionists and druids and just, you can see as I'm scrolling through, phantasmal binding. This spell creates spectral chains that wrap around a target, binding them in place. If a spell casting roll against the target, L, which equals level in this game, is successful, the target is held for tier and turns. The chains are mere phantasms, do not work on foes that are immune to illusions. Held foes are attacked at a +2, so when you roll your d6, you're getting a +2. And there's just some really fun stuff in here in how magic works. I think the next big thing I want to talk about is they have a way to do procedural everything, I guess, because this is a solo game. But their secrets on 120, I think it's 123. Let me pull this up for us. It's got some really cool stuff. We're going to go back to here. We're going to go to the beginning and just click the hyperlinks, because that's the best thing. Their secrets, you gain clues. And those clues let you learn and earn things. I think that's the best way to explain it. And the reason they do that is, so we should probably hit experience. Experience, there's a whole bunch of different versions. And then we'll go into clues. Normally you roll a d6. If you roll higher than your character's level, they gain a level. That's how they explain it. If you want to do it really simple. There's classical, where every 10 minor foes defeated, or things that you do, then you get a level. There's slow and sure XP. That's a different way. There's old school experience. That's a way. Slower advancement. That's a way. So they teach you all this stuff, and then they give you milestones, which are like kill X amount of goblins in this board game mashed with solo adventuring, and you can get things that way. Slumber Master. A PC specializes in the sleep spell. Keep track of the total level of all foes put to sleep by the PC spells. Include any cast through scrolls or magical items. As soon as that total is 100, the PC gains a permanent +1 to sleep casting. That's just fun. Right? And they have a bunch of these milestones. And then you as a player, solo, you can look at those and make your own up. And in the secrets, based on what's going on, you can see they're training you to put systems in place. Anytime you find 3 clues, you can gain a secret. And those secrets are things like this. Location of a hidden treasure. Location of a magic item. A true name of a spirit or entity. So you could be going through the dungeon, getting clues, and then making what you need to get that like name of the creature you want to get rid of. So they're teaching you process to create adventures and story. You don't see this often in things short of, I think, board games. You know what I mean? It's been really fun to learn. Really cool to see these kind of mechanics put in place. After that, they get into adventures. Adventures are, there's 2 short ones in here, the Witch's Cave and the Purple Crystals. The Witch's Cave is procedural, and then the Crystal Caves is a map-based. The procedural adventure is exactly what you would expect it to be. Here you go, procedural adventure, go through, make your stuff. Here's some tables for what can happen inside of it using 2d6. Here's the different caves and the treasure tables and things that could be in it. And then they even have random maps so that when you're drawing your stuff out at home, you can randomly generate. Now, this isn't new. Okay, everybody. We've seen procedural generated stuff in solo RPGs a lot. But my favorite version of solo adventuring has always been the Lone Wolf series. The idea of choose your own adventure through reading and story. Well, this second version, the Purple Crystals, that adventure is exactly that. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm going to go to the page. I'm going to show the Abandoned Mines, and I'm going to give you an idea of how this works. But I don't want to ruin it for anyone, because if you're going to do this on your own, me showing too much is going to ruin the fun. So be careful if you go through the section. If I get to this, skip around. You may not want to see it. So the Abandoned Mines has got 11 rooms, and I was trying to figure out why in the hell is there numerous more numbers. So I went back, did the thing that no one ever does, and I read, you're either working for the guild, the Goral, or the mines, and you'll see it'll say start at paragraph 17, right? And they number them. And then backtracking. Every time you backtrack and return to area, roll a d6 on a result. Someone surprises you from behind because you're making your way through. And you can see that you're going to do each room, which is your 1 through 11 for the rooms. But after that, you start getting extra pieces that are brought in that allow you to generate story based through your choices. Why is this not in every solo adventure? Maybe it is. Do you know of any? I've been doing a lot of solo adventuring lately, and I feel like they don't write adventures in this format of playing like a, how do I want to explain it? They don't give you choose your own adventure options. And they are doing that in this. And I feel like as a solo adventure, it takes a little bit of the oracle away, lets you read as you go, and enjoy an adventure through. And my hope is the rest of their adventures feel this way. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I hope. I hope the rest of the adventures have this kind of choose your 3 starting options. Here's 30 to 40 different prompts that you can go through and get things done. So, after that, there's a bunch of tables. If you played solo RPGs, you know what tables are. They're always there. I'll let the bats take us over. So there's some fun art in the beginning of this. You always have a bunch of tables, and they go right into, here's your flow chart for initiative. The way initiative works is players go first unless surprised. Range attacks always go before melee. So for example, if you get surprised by a foe's range and magic will go first, then your player's range and magic will go first. Foes' melee attacks will go, then your attacks will go. And if you surprise them, it flips the other way. And if there's no surprise, players always go first. A whole bunch of defense summaries to get your idea of what you're going to do. Kind of like cheat sheets. Multiple pages of make your own dungeon, which I think is great for people who are learning how to do a dungeon crawl and have fun in it. a whole bunch of tile content tables, like what's in each tile, a bunch of feature tables. And then after this, they have these fun little, like, it's a 1d6 table, art next to them, and you'll see they continue this through all of the tables. Also, this scene means you're dead. That's what that means. So they go through this and they teach exploration in a pretty healthy way. Now, I noticed when you got to page, 188? In 188, they added something I thought was pretty cool. So we get into the fiendish foes and bosses. After you fight 10 minions or accomplish 10 things, essentially, there are fiendish foes and bosses. And the goal in that 45 minutes is to kill the boss, defeat the boss, and solve the problem. Well, they have a bunch of D6 fiendish bosses, so you can just randomly generate your dungeon that you're in. Randomly generate the minions and randomly generate the boss you have. And we'll get into all the other supplements they have, but this is just in this one 214-page book of things that you can get. Some of the art's really fun. Also, look, we don't need scimitar. Why is there scimitar armed raptors? That just, it's so scary. So you can see all this kind of fun layout and fun things that they've put in place for you to use. But if I have to be honest, I think this section here, also love this art, has got to be the best part of this book. If I could share anything with anyone, it would be this. 4AD, they talk about being a role-playing game, about the old school ways, rulings, not rules. There's a lot of shade thrown to old style of gaming, but there's also a lot of good. And I think when you merge the modern day design with some of the old school fun, the fun of rulings, not rules, you come up with a really amazing style of playing a game. And if you're playing something by yourself, there's no reason you shouldn't be making your own rules. It's your fucking story. So 4 Against Darkness talks about what that is. They talk about role-playing games and choices as a whole, how to surprise yourself by using the tables and why and what they're for. They talk about the oracle, which is what this table is here, and what an oracle can do. Oracles are the idea of the yes, no when you didn't have an answer. And then they break down even more, like using oracle cards. Let's secret spin the stories. That find 3 clues to find an answer to something. The idea of no balance means real tension. Give hints, not warnings. Essential encounters. Make sure those are balanced, but fuck the rest of balance. Sometimes running is the fun. Your world, their choices. Build upon that party, right? Your job isn't to protect the party from the world, it's to present the world and let the players engage. And I'm a big fan of immersion gaming where you can write a background that helps you make a great character so you know what to play at the table. Because I love role play like every other person that loves role-playing games. But that idea of fucking letting you make your choices and let the story unfold, emergent play, super fun. They have the 4 pillars: exploration, investigation, action. They break all this down. How multi-layered action works, how interaction works. And then the goal is a living adventure, to make something living for everybody. And as someone who just made Breacher's Living Wall, and before that, Living Athontia, I think that living play and engagement and growth through doing that over and over, they're teaching this. And you don't see that enough. And it's very succinct. Look, I can see why they get 5 stars. This is an old school feel with new school mentality, with a really balanced way and easy way to digest the game. They're giving you 214 pages for $10 fucking dollars. If I ever see this person in person at a con, I am going to shake their hand. Because this is a feat. And the art's fun, it's old school feeling, it's a good piece. And these character sheets, super cool. Fun little character sheets as you play through. So this, if you thought this was a lot, I want to close out by showing you something else. On DriveThruRPG, I just bought this piece, 5-star rating. But this company, which I'm following now, has put out so much fucking product. Look at all of the stuff that is here for you to purchase and to make sure everything is available. Like, look at this. This is insane. This is an absolute insane amount of product for you to pick up and play, and there's other games that they have as well, but just the 4AD system, the 4 Against Darkness, there's so much here for you to pick up and play. So if you're looking for something new in solo, I believe that solo games can be merged together, just like I believe no matter what game I play, I learn from other ones. I bring clocks into every game I use. I bring countdown timers into what I do as well. Escalation die for tense moments in combat. Retainers from MCDM. When you play a game, there is the love language of the rules, and there's the house rules you put on top to make sure it matches the story that you and your players want to tell. So pick this up. Tell your solo story. Play with your friend at lunch. If you can do it in 30 minutes and you're both playing 2 characters, enjoy a sub, run a game. But most of fucking all, give something that's $10 a chance. With this many stars, 4.5 out of 5, this is wild. You don't see this enough. With that said, I do have to give my thank yous. All right, everybody. Today was a nice long first time back in 2026, but we got to talk about Patreon and the people involved, along with some amazing new stuff at the end. Look, everybody, these people help make all of this possible. If you're not part of the Patreon, you can find me under Eric Frankhouse Presents everywhere. And we even have custom music for our people called toe tags. Look, this is how I make stuff. Because I am able to sit down, write stuff for Patreon, put out Breachers, my Shadow Dark setting along with the 2 class books, put out the new recipe cards that have been built, the ability to make a Thauntia for Dragonbane after, I think it's 10 systems it's been in. And right now, working on Magic and Monsters Marks of Men for Daggerheart as a framework. You can find out a lot about that if you watch our Monday shows. We just did episode, I think, 6 last Monday. If you love this kind of stuff, you want to support what I do and make it so I can make more, Patreon, that stuff is the way to do it. Thank you to everybody who is here and doing this. We have more stuff coming up. Tonight, I'm going to run off and run Breacher's Living Wall. If you're interested in that, join our Discord. There's links down below. If you're live in chat watching us, there should be one in there right now. We're getting ready to run into our new sojourn into the wall for Breacher's Living Wall, which is a living West Marches style play. I hope you guys enjoy it. And until next time, everybody, stay fucking rotten. Bats, get me out of here. So, to those who are here for the live, thank you so much for joining me for live. I'm going to be clipping this piece out and putting up it as its own. I'd like to tell everybody, all the amazing members that we have that are part of YouTube right now, I'm going to be doing some member videos coming up. You'll be getting them early. Some of them nobody else will get besides you and Patreon members. And the goal is to make some really cool, fun stuff for people so that you guys have the ability to enjoy the things I'm making. And I want to make things that support you. So expect to see a poll coming up in our Discord and also in the community post for YouTube for what you as members would like to see. I know that I want to do some like make you custom items for Breachers, help you with adventure problems if you're getting ready to run stuff, and answer questions. I consider myself a pretty pro GM and honestly a designer, and if I can help you make stuff is supporting me and help me support you, I'm going to be doing that. I'm also going to do some Q&A every quarter and going over the things that I've created and more. But that's it for me here on Corpse Talk Live. I will be back tomorrow for Breachers and Shadow Dark, where we're going to be doing our co-op version during the afternoon. But for everybody else, I'll see the rest of you tonight for our Breachers game in about an hour. I need to get some food in me. Till next time, everybody, stay fucking rotten.